20 Vision.
A look at the skyline of Detroit and the beautiful Renaissance Center. That's Joe Louis Arena, where we are tonight. The LA Cobras bring their rookie quarterback, Matt Stevens, out of UCLA in here tonight. There's a touchdown pass to Matt McKnight, and the UCLA star has figured out how to play quarterback in arena football. He'll show it again with this touchdown pass to Richard Rogers. So the Cobras have a young quarterback who's learning this game. On the other side, it's the all-pro quarterback from 1987, Rich Ingold. Here, a touchdown pass to George LaFrance. These two will battle it out all night. And Ingold loves to find the leading receiver in the league, Dwayne Dixon. All alone, touchdown. Welcome to the Arena Football Network Game of the Week. Produced in association with Mizlou TV Sports. Tonight, the Los Angeles Cobras traveled to the Joe Louis Arena to meet the Detroit Drive. This program is being brought to you by Atra Plus, Gillette made it smoother, and by English Leather, a man's cologne and aftershave, because some guys have it all. Welcome to Joe Louis Arena here in Detroit, Michigan. I'm Mike Hafner, and I'll have the play-by-play, and alongside me is a gentleman who was an All-American running back at Illinois, 2 Super Bowl rings, I'm jealous, Jim Grabowski. And Jimmy, this is Mizlou's second look at arena football, and we're really impressed with these young athletes after the first week.
Well, I certainly hope that the people out there in the audience has as much fun as we've had. These athletes are great athletes, as I said. I was down in the field with them, and I wouldn't want to mess around with any of them, that's for sure.
Now, this is a unique game. There are different rules and different setups, all patented. And let's start with the goalposts. They're only 9 feet wide and 15 feet off the ground.
Well, and if you're a kicker, they're even narrower and higher than that.
Now, right alongside, Jimmy, are the rebound nets, and they're important in this game, too.
Because the ball is in play on a kick, the ball is in play on a pass, and they're very taut. The ball will bounce off of those nets, and we'll see it tonight.
Also, we've got to look at those dasher boards alongside. They're only 1 yard away from out of bounds, and you've got to learn to play with those things.
You have to learn to really concentrate on the football and ignore those walls. Although no one's going to get hurt off them. They're very, very well padded. It's a patented wall, about 4 inches of padding on the wall, so no injuries, but you got to think about it.
And the field, of course, 50 yards long, 8-yard end zones, about half as wide as the outdoor field. You got to learn to work within that confined space.
Some people have called this game the Reader's Digest game. It's a condensed version, half of what the NFL game is all about.
Now, in arena football, the 12-game season, let's take a look at the standings. Of course, if you followed this game, the Chicago Bruisers are 6-0 and lead the league. Pittsburgh Gladiators are 4-2, and then there's the battle for third place. The Cobras and the Drive both at 3-3. Let's take this break, and we'll be back to talk more about this Cobras Drive game after this word.
Wait for something good to happen. Make it happen with the clean, masculine scent of English Leather Cologne.
Some guys have what others want. Some guys have it all.
stylish leather. Some guys have it all.
The test of a great airline is not just how fast it moves you in the air, but how fast it moves you on the ground. That's why at some of the busiest airports in the world, United Airlines offers you the most advanced baggage systems, faster ticketing and boarding procedures, and the most spacious, convenient, efficient terminals in the business. United Airlines, from the ground up, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
Maximum power, more distance, greater accuracy. Your longest ball, your lowest score with the amazing Golf Gym Power Swing Workout. From tee to green. Better golf with the science of golf-specific conditioning. PGA Pro and sports medicine design guarantees it.
Golf-specific conditioning. It works for the pros. Now it can work for you.
17 easy-to-use golf exercises for home, office, travel, or pre-game warm-up. Only Golf Gym strengthens all golf muscles, improves grip, turn, follow-through, flexibility, and muscle memory, adjusts to every swing, reduces chances of injury.
In 30 years covering golf, Golf Gym is the most effective device I've ever seen for building power and control.
Golf Gym, the perfect Father's Day gift for dad or any golfer serious about their game. Available at these fine retailers or order direct by calling 1-800-441-4848. Just send $29.95 plus $4 shipping. Your longest ball, your lowest score with Golf Gym.
Sunday, starting at noon, it's the very best of 20 Vision's Cannes Summer Film Festival. Starting at noon, it's Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, followed at 1:30 by From Hell It Came. Then Fire Maidens from Outer Space, not to be outdone by Queen from Outer Space at 4:30. And finally, Plan 9 from Outer Space at 6:15. So gather up the gang to enjoy an afternoon of the best in absurd film entertainment. Sunday on 20 Vision.
Auto insurance can be refused or canceled, even with a perfect driving record. If you're one of the thousands of Houston area drivers forced to shop for new coverage, Auto Insurance USA believes you deserve a fair shake. Call 987-AUTO for personal, professional attention that can save you hundreds on your annual premiums. Your policy canceled? Who loses? Call 987-AUTO. Auto Insurance USA wants your business.
Attention every appliance, TV, and stereo fan, buff, enthusiast, devotee, aficionado, maven, and admirer. Now through Saturday, everything at every Highland is 5 to 40% off everything. Appliances, stereos, TVs, and more. For 3 days only, this Sony stereo cassette Walkman with headphones is just $23.87. And this Sony 8mm camcorder with autofocus is just $7.99. Now through Saturday, save on everything. 5 to 40% off everything. And Highland is the place.
Here's a double good, double nickel deal from Walgreens Photo Center. Get a second set of 4x6-inch supersized show prints for a nickel a print, including a free $1.99 value album. Or get a second set of regular size prints for a nickel a print. The second set choice is yours, only at Walgreens.
I think anything can happen. I think Chicago could go 0-6 the next time. I mean, that's capable. You know, they're capable of doing that. When you throw football, as we all know football, and then take the factor of the nets, on any given Thursday, Friday, or any time these two teams play, anybody can beat anybody. And I think that they've been lucky to stay injury-free, and that's another factor in pro football. So, you know, again, anything can happen. It's a long, even second half of the season. But we're looking forward to a great game tonight.
Tim, thanks so much, and good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you very much.
All righty. And we'll be back after these messages from your local station.
Sunday, starting at noon, it's the very best of 20 Vision's Cannes Summer Film Festival. Starting at noon, it's Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, followed at 1:30 by From Hell It Came. Then Fire Maidens from Outer Space, not to be outdone by Queen from Outer Space at 4:30. And finally, Plan 9 from Outer Space at 6:15. So gather up the gang to enjoy an afternoon of the best in absurd film entertainment. Sunday on 20 Vision.
Auto insurance can be refused or canceled, even with a perfect driving record. If you're one of the thousands of Houston area drivers forced to shop for new coverage, Auto Insurance USA believes you deserve a fair shake. Call 987-AUTO for personal, professional attention that can save you hundreds on your annual premiums. Your policy canceled? Who loses? Call 987-AUTO. Auto Insurance USA wants your business.
Attention every appliance, TV, and stereo fan, buff, enthusiast, devotee, aficionado, maven, and admirer. Now through Saturday, everything at every Highland is 5 to 40% off everything. Appliances, stereos, TVs, and more. For 3 days only, this Sony stereo cassette Walkman with headphones is just $23.87. And this Sony 8mm camcorder with autofocus is just $7.99. Now through Saturday, save on everything. 5 to 40% off everything. And Highland is the place.
Here's a double good, double nickel deal from Walgreens Photo Center. Get a second set of 4 by 6-inch supersized show prints for a nickel a print, including a free $1.99 value album. Or get a second set of regular size prints for a nickel a print. The second set choice is yours, only at Walgreens.
For ultra sunblock protection, Skin Cancer Guard, recommended by the Skin Cancer Foundation, available at pharmacies.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at Joe Louis Arena. And Jimmy, as we get ready for this game, both teams are 3-3. They're in third place, one game behind the Pittsburgh Gladiators. And of course, we saw the Chicago Bruisers last week, 6-0. When you're that far behind, do you say, well, we're playing for just a playoff spot, or you go for the big one?
Well, you got to still keep playing as if you're going to go for the big one. There's still time. You see Tim Markham, the head coach of the Drive, out there now. You know, Mike, we were talking earlier, you were kind enough to mention 2 Super Bowls. We should mention my illustrious partner here, Denver Broncos, Canadian Football League. And the only part I don't like about it is UCLA. You know, it's not a bad school, but...
Well, you beat us in 63, but we got you back in the Rose Bowl later on. There's a look at the deep man for the Detroit Drive. George LaFrance is 27, and he'll be the main man on this kickoff. The LA Cobras, Marty Zendejas will kick it off, and Zendejas has come in the middle of the season, or in the last couple of games, and really made the kicking game a factor for LA.
Well, this Zendejas comes from a kicking family. You know, his brother Tony kicked in the NFL. His cousin is kicking with Green Bay, and he's got cousins that are kicking in college.
And we've got the kickoff, and it'll be LaFrance 3 yards deep in the end zone, up over the 5, 10, makes a move, breaks out over the 20, at midfield to 25, and struggles to the 20-yard line. And he's tackled there. And it'll be first down.
Well, there are a lot of exciting plays in football, but maybe the premier excitement is the kickoff.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Rich Ingold, the all-pro quarterback out of Indiana, PA. Walter Holman at one wide receiver. Steve Griffin, the other, out of Purdue. And the first play from center. Ingold throws in the flat, and it's complete, and then fumble. Complete to Steve Griffin, and he was stripped a little bit, Jimmy, and then the ball hit the ground. Let's take a look at the rest of the starting lineup. George LaFrance, the other wide receiver, out of Baker, Kansas. Dwayne Dixon, who leads the league in receptions, led it last year out of Florida. John Rolt, the center, out of the University of Iowa. From Michigan State, Jeff Wiska at one offensive line spot, and Kelly Quinn, the tight end offensive lineman, on the other side. Ingold on second down at 11. Back to pass, scrambles, and falls forward to the 17-yard line. Tackled there by Ed Zeman. Make that Wade Lockett the tackler.
Great pressure put on Ingold early in this ball game. He showed a little scrambling ability out there, Mike.
That brings up a third down and 8 yards to go. We're at 13:30 and counting, and we're just underway here at the Joe Louis Arena. The home Detroit Drive on third down and 8. Ingold wants it all, across the middle, and off the hands of his intended receiver.
Dwayne Dixon, I'll tell you, he's their main man. He leads the league in reception. The interesting part of this ball game, you'll watch Gary Mullen coming right as, going for Dixon all the way. Now watch the defender, Gary Mullen, behind the step. Now the interesting part is Mullen's the number 3 receiver matched up against the number 1 receiver.
When they play both ways in arena football, and that's the rules, you got to play defense too. It'll be a field goal attempt of 33 yards by Novo Bojovic, and it hits the net and rebounds, and does it go out of bounds? Yes. They'll call it back down in the end zone, and will come out to the 5-yard line with 12:33 to go. We have no score between LA and Detroit.
USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
When it comes to pitching, you can never be satisfied with your performance. You have to feel you can do even better, to be the best there is. And when it comes to sports weeklies, the best there is for my money is the sporting news.
Call 1-800-533-1800 and get 55 issues of the Sporting News for 4 payments of just $7.50. Call now, 1-800-533-1800. That's 1-800-533-1800.
Jimmy, would you just call her and ask her to come to the reunion?
I'll call as soon as I get a bullseye.
You're stalling, man. You were high school sweethearts. It's a natural. I can see the headlines now. High school sweethearts ride bus to bliss.
It's been 10 years.
It's like riding a bus. Love never forgets. Call her. So what exactly did she say?
She said, Jimmy, who?
What a play. Gary Mullins had the ball in his hand, and as he tried to make the turn, he didn't keep his hands on it. Let's look at it right now. Stevens going all the way to Mullins. Has the ball. Look, he's looking at the defender. Ball pops out very alertly. Nate Miller grabs it off. Now let's look at it from another angle. There's Mullins. Miller just alertly picks it off, keeps his legs going, and breaks the tackle. But they're going to say it's all coming back, folks.
I think he stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds. Okay, no touchdown, but it is Detroit's ball.
So we're back to offense. Another break for the drive. Great field position at the 10 of the Cobras. Swing pass in the flat, and it's going to score. Walter Holman on the swing pass. Touchdown. And Jimmy, they fooled him on the swing.
They certainly did. I think they came with the blitz inside. There was no one back to the outside. Let's see it right here. Ingold going all the way to Holman. Good cut inside, good block out in front of him, and it's all she wrote. It's 6 points. That's what happens. We'll see it again from another angle. Coming right at you now. Good cut by Holman, and now it's just a foot race to the end zone, and Holman wins the race.
Walter Holman, 5'10", 215 out of West Virginia, and he made it look easy. Novo Bojovic out of the hole to Rich Ingold for the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, and it hits the post and bounces off. So with the score, Detroit 6, LA nothing. We'll be back after these words from your local station.
Jimmy, would you just call her and ask her to come to the reunion?
I'll call as soon as I get a bullseye.
You're stalling, man. You were high school sweethearts. It's a natural. I can see the headlines now. High school sweethearts ride bus to bliss.
It's been 10 years.
It's like riding a bus. Love never forgets. Call her. So what exactly did she say?
She said, Jimmy, who?
McDonald's is our kind of place. It's such a happy place.
For over
For 25 years in Texas, McDonald's has been serving up plenty of good food and good fun. Now we're rocking and rolling back the prices to 88 cents on our delicious Quarter Pounder with cheese. Now only 88 cents for a Quarter Pounder with cheese. For 25 years in Texas, McDonald's has stood for good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Holman touchdown reception of 10 yards, and kicking off Novo Bojovic, and it goes deep in, hits the goalpost, bounces straight in the air, and it's live, folks, and it'll be down at about the 3-yard line. And Wade Lockett had no chance, Jimmy, because that ball bounced so high in the air.
It bounced so high in the air that Detroit was down upon him.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the LA Cobras. Matt Stevens, the rookie out of UCLA. That is Weckpe Powell. He's out of Tonga and San Jose State. He's the running back. Matt McKnight, one of the wide receivers from Fresno State. Gary Mullen, who played for the Denver Dynamite last year at one wide receiver. And Wade Lockett out of Cal State Fullerton, the other wide receiver. First down and 10. Ball at the 3-yard line. Stevens will drop to his end zone to throw, and he wants it all. Going deep for Mullen. He's got him at the 5, and he dropped it. Oh, my. That was 6 all the way.
Hey, it can't be thrown any better. That hit him on the number 1 of that jersey. He beat Miller by about 3 steps. Let's see it right here. Stevens winds up, throws it all the way down. He's going all the way for the 6. Watch it, folks. Hits him right on the number 1 right there. That's 2 in a row for Gary Mullen that he has dropped.
Oh, you don't want to go back to the huddle then. So Matt Stevens, the rookie, will face second down and 10 at his own 3-yard line. His team trails 6-0. There's a look at Wade Lockett, the other wide receiver for Stevens, and he wants him, but he's going to overthrow him at the sidelines at the 22-yard line. Dwayne Dixon had the coverage for Detroit.
Great pressure put on Stevens.
Let's take a look at the rest of the starters. Brian Clark, number 55 out of Cal State Northridge. And it's Dexter Stowers, the other offensive lineman, and Chuck Harris, the tight end offensive lineman from West Virginia. So you've got the lineups for both offenses now, and it'll be third down and 10 from the 3-yard line for the LA Cobras, and Stevens needs 10 for a first out. He'll drop to his end zones, got time over the middle, complete and dropped again. 3 straight drop passes on Matt Stevens, not his fault, and Wade Lockett's just shaking his head. It'll bring up 4th down and a field goal attempt.
Matt Stevens' completion percentage going into this game was over 55%. He's 0 in this game, and he's hit every receiver on the numbers.
Jim, I always wonder why they don't give a stat for quarterbacks on quarterback drops, because, you know, it makes quarterback look bad if he's thrown for 40% and half the passes are drops.
Right.
So it's 4th down, and Marty Zendejas will kick one about 64 yards. I'm guessing because it's hard to tell in the end zone where he put it down, and it won't get anywhere. It goes out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, where Detroit will take over first down and 10.
That young gentleman right there gets to keep that fine arena football. That's the rule.
Detroit leading 6-0, and we are 8:01. Gillette presents an arena ball rule. Now the clock does not stop for an incomplete pass. Clock stops only in the final minute of each half. And now this.
Gillette has changed the face of shaving. First, we made it closer. Then we made it smoother. Atra Plus. Its Lubra Smooth Strip actually releases lubricants to glide the razor more smoothly. Incredible smoothness from the first stroke to the last. The Atra Plus system. First we made it closer, then we made it smoother.
You know,
That was a smart move.
You mean renting that budget one-way truck?
I can't believe how much we saved.
Well, budget doesn't charge you for round trip, just one way.
And their rate was low to begin with.
You know, it was kind of fun driving that truck.
Yeah. Air conditioning, stereo.
Automatic, power steering. It's better in our car.
Really? And to top it off, we got $50 off.
Yeah, just by calling budget and mentioning arena football.
Yeah. That budget one-way truck was the best move we ever made.
With 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter and Detroit leading Los Angeles 6-0. The Drive take over first down and 10 at their 12-yard line. Motion in the backfield as Ingold drops to throw. He's under pressure, throws in the flat, and it's caught just over the 15-yard line by Steve Griffin, and a little pushing and shoving to get it started.
Don't worry, folks. No one's going to get hurt out there, but a fine grab by Steve Griffin. He just picked it right off that turf.
We'll see where they mark the ball. It'll bring up second down for Detroit. 7:22 remaining, first quarter. Detroit leads 6-0.
Well, talk about a dedicated guy. Joe Kelly has just had a baby son born, Joe Kelly III. Congratulations to everybody. Everybody's healthy. That's great.
Second down, six and a half, and the ball is complete to the 24-yard line. Complete to 98, Dwayne Dixon out of Florida. And of course, last year, Jimmy, 68 catches to lead the league. And this year he's leading the league again, nothing new.
That young man caught 20 passes in one game last year. In another game, he caught 13. He's the main guy for Detroit.
So that is enough for the first down. It's first and 10 at the 23-yard line of the Detroit Drive. They lead 6-0. Motion by Griffin. Ingold back to throw and complete and out of bounds just inside the 15-yard line to George LaFrance. And LaFrance is the receiver coach in the offseason, Jimmy, at Fort Hays State. Suppose his students are watching?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's see it right here. Good grab, looks the ball in, sees the sideline, turns it up there, knocked out of bounds. But again, a good first down for Detroit and George. Do you say LaFrance or should you say LaFrance?
Yes. That's a 13-yard gain for LaFrance on the hookup with Ingold. LaFrance in motion again, and this time it's pitched wide, and it's James Brown inside the 5-yard line. And Brown, the big power fullback out of Boston College, and Ray Wellesley's got to like that because I know he likes to run the ball.
Yeah, but he doesn't like it when Detroit's running against him, that's for sure. Watch it. Great block by Joe Wiska. You'll see right out in front of him, allowing Howe to get to the outside. Excuse me, Brown to get to the outside.
And Brown, by the way, was Doug Flutie's quarterback, or fullback, when Flutie was the quarterback at Boston College. So Ingold has got second and inches, and he'll hand off again to Brown. Brown looking for the first down, and an outstanding job done by Ed Zeman, number 32, to keep him from getting maybe that first down.
Well, if you're going to be stopped, there's one way to get the first down, fumble it, but make sure it goes out of bounds, and that's what they did. They got the first down on the 3-yard line. Seen a little running out here by Jim Brown. Not the same Jim Brown that we think of.
No. All right, that's first down and goal at the 3-yard line now for the Detroit Drive. 4:50 to go, first period. First and goal from the 3, and Ingold will throw for it. He's got a man wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. George LaFrance picked him clean.
Boy, you're seeing Detroit really coming out strong. 2 touchdowns in their 2 drives. Really, let's see it right here. Little half rollout by Ingold, looking all the way out in the corner to LaFrance. That's the 3rd catch of LaFrance in this drive.
Bumps the score to 12-0 Detroit with 4:16 and counting. And the Detroit Drive has jumped off to a 2-touchdown lead already. Novo Bojovic will come in to attempt the extra point. And it looks like Tim Markham is going for 2. If you run or pass it in, it's 2. Ingold on the throw and rolling. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to throw it up in the end zone, and it's batted away at the last minute by Michael Jones, number 65. So with 3:47 to go in the first period, the score, Detroit 12, LA nothing. We'll be back after this from your local station.
The Great American Roadshow is on now at your Southwest area Buick dealer, featuring the spectacular Buick Regal and the hot new Regal Grand Sport. Test drive the Regal today with four-wheel independent suspension, disc brakes at all four wheels, and hand-sanded acrylic clear coat finish. Special savings up to $1,050 for a limited time. And register to win a trip to a Hollywood premiere. Now's the time to make a great deal on a Buick Regal. See your participating select Houston area Buick dealer for complete details.
Announcing a fantastic sale at Pick Your Parts Self-Service Auto Wrecking. Listen closely. You won't want to miss this incredible offer. During the month of June, all engines will be on sale for an unbelievable $59.95. That's right, all engines just $59.95 each. This is incredible. All engines $59.95 during the month of June. Call Pick Your Parts 224-1691. Prices based on exchange and packages available at extra cost. Quantities limited.
Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at Joe Louis Arena, where the Detroit Drive has gotten an 11-yard touchdown pass to Holman from Ingold, and Rich Ingold's 3-yard touchdown pass to George LaFrance. Both extra points were no good. One an attempted pass, and the other one Bojovic missed on the extra point kick attempt. So it's 12-0 in favor of Detroit, and LA's kind of shocked, Jimmy.
They sure are. They may be a little tired, you know, Mike. They played last Monday.
Bojovic will kick it away, and it will go deep, heading for the net, but it hits the post, and it's fielded there by number 32, Ed Zeman. Zeman brings it out to the 10-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 LA, trailing 12-zip. There's the scoring drive, Jimmy. 7 plays, 36 yards. Took him 4 minutes and 14 seconds, and George LaFrance, the wide receiver coach at Fort Hays State, shows his students how to do it.
This is the way you do it, students.
Matt Stevens under center, first down and 10 at his own 10. A quick throw to the flat, and it's complete.
Stevens pass complete to number 25.
Richard Rogers, and a little cute story on Rogers. He was part of that Stanford band play. You remember when
I certainly remember.
Cal beat Stanford on all the laterals? There's a look at Rogers.
Let's see his move. A little out move. Little stop right there, little hitch, and just turns it up the field and picks up the first down.
A 10-yard gain out to the 20-yard line for the Cobras.
There's Joe Kelly, who is the proud father of Joe Kelly III. His wife Andrea just had the baby Thursday.
He'll dedicate the first catch to the baby, I'm sure. Stevens under pressure, rolls away, looks downfield, and oh, what a hit. Oh, my.
You don't think they hit in this league. You just saw it right there.
Kelly got it. The wrong kind of baptism. Matt Stevens on the pass, attempting it for Kelly.
Watch the hit right here. Tate Randall. Woo.
Hello, Tate.
That was Tate on the tackle. That's no way to treat a man, is it?
Tate Randall, number 29, with a big hit on Joe Kelly. So it'll bring up second down and 10. 20-yard line of the Cobras. And Stevens will throw in the flat. And it's complete again to Rogers, up over the 25-yard line. Give him 7 yards and make it third down and 3.
Well, they're going underneath again, Mike. Hopefully maybe setting up the big one. Ray Wilsey is not pleased at this point in the ball game. Last week, though, Detroit jumped on the Gladiators. They were up 30-3 at halftime and just hung on in the second half and did end up winning 30-25.
Make it third down and 4, where they mark the ball at the 24-yard line, and Stevens will drop straight back to throw, wants it across the middle, and it's complete there to number 32, Ed Zeman, and Zeman will have enough for a first down at the 16-yard line for the Cobras. They need a score on this drive.
Certainly do, Mike. Ed Zeman, really a defensive man, but he's showing his offensive capabilities.
Zeman playing at the slot back spot to the top of your screen. To the bottom bottom of the screen, Richard Rogers. And, of course, Zeman's dad, I know him. He played for the Denver Broncos and coached for the Raiders. Ball tipped in the air by Kelly, and it's intercepted by Detroit. So another drive has been stalled by the Cobras.
Nate Miller picked off his second ball. That was a tip ball. That ball once again by Stevens thrown right on the numbers. This time Kelly couldn't hang on. Now we can have an excuse for Kelly. I mean, he's still a little shook up about having a new baby. Let's see it right there. Ball should have been caught very alertly. Nate Miller then does a little lateral back to Jackson, and they pick up another yard. See it again from another angle. Kelly just took his eyes off the ball, and alertly Nate Miller was there. So boy, that ball's out. They're dropping around.
Rich Ingold on first down throws the ball incomplete and out of bounds at the 15-yard line, intended for Nate Miller, but there's a penalty marker down, our first of the game, with 14 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Mike, we ought to check out that football, the way it's been tipped around today, and only by the Cobras. So I guess it's pretty sticky for Detroit, but not for the Cobras.
I mean, you and I weren't very good defensive backs, Jimmy, but didn't they run that tip play as we see it on the reverse angle?
Right.
We practiced it.
Illegal defense charged to Los Angeles.
Illegal defense by Los Angeles, and that was an illegal zone. You must play man-to-man in arena football, and one of the linebackers didn't, and the zone referee that's up here with us picked it up. 5 yards.
An interesting rule in this league. There isn't a zone official to call an illegal defense who is up in the stands.
This will be the last play of the quarter, and I don't think Rich Ingold is going to let the snap go. No, that'll end the first quarter. And with the score, Detroit 12, the visiting LA Cobras nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, Dominic!
Nice beard. An electric razor doesn't shave that close. It's not your razor, man. It's your face.
Without Electric Shave, your beard just lays there. Electric Shave stands up your beard so it shaves down close, lubricates for comfort.
Good tip.
Electric Shave for a closer, smoother shave.
Savages? Nah, guys with irritated skin from shaving. Try new Aqua Velva Skin Conditioning Aftershave. Hey, it's creamy. Guys prefer its soothing formula.
And fragrance. There's something about new Aqua Velva Skin Conditioning Aftershave.
This is where Michael Jordan kept practicing his jump shot when he didn't make varsity. This is where George Brett kept fielding after his team lost the state finals.
Wildcat ball.
And this is where Walter Payton played every game his freshman year as a drummer in the marching band. What do these legends have in common? They've always had a will to win. And they've always had a Wilson.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan, where we're about to start the second quarter. It was all Detroit drive in the first quarter. They scored twice, 2 touchdown passes by Rich Ingold, and they lead 12-0, and they have the football to start this second quarter. Ingold will go up under center, 3 wide receivers. James Brown, his big fullback, right behind him. Ingold to throw, and he wants it all early, going deep to the corner of the end zone, and it's battered away there by Derek Donald. An outstanding play by Donald, Jim.
He was running step by step with Griffin, and just reached out and knocked that ball away. A good defensive play by Donald. Let's see it right here. Ingold going to Griffin all the way. And now watch Donald right there. Get the fingertips on that ball, knock it out.
Hey, Powell, get to him!
By the way, Derek Donald, out of North Carolina, when he was signed 2 weeks ago, came into the first game, set a record with 20 tackles. A busy man. Second down, 10. 17-yard line, and a pass in the flat is complete there. And it's George LaFrance, or LaFrance, as the PA announcer likes to call him here, up to the 26-yard line. It'll be a yard and a half, 2 yards short of a first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for Detroit.
I just think that's such an interesting aspect of this game is you're a wide receiver, you got a cornerback to beat. When the ball changes over, that's the same cornerback that may be guarding you or you may be trying to beat. It's always a man-on-man type of game.
There's a look at Dwayne Dixon, the leading receiver in arena football. Rich Ingold on the quarterback sneak, looking for the first down. Did he get enough, Jim?
Awfully close. They're going to call for the measurement. Let's see how your eyes are, Mike. What do you think? I think he's got the first down.
I was a special teams player in my day a lot, and you had to know when you had to go in on fourth down. So you got a pretty good eye then.
Button up your chin strap. You're coming in.
That's right.
You got it, Mike.
Got it by half the length of the ball.
Get to him!
And it's first down for Detroit, and they've dominated this football game. 2 tipped interceptions by Nate Miller have been the difference. A look at the large crowd here tonight, and an outstanding crowd here in Detroit. First down, 10. Ingold straight back. Throws in the flat, and it's bobbled up against the fence there. But it's complete to George LaFrance. I couldn't tell, Jimmy, as he was going out of bounds whether he had it or not, but they say he had it. You only need 1 foot in arena football.
That's right, and you can see Tim Markham there, the Detroit coach, looks a little happier than Ray Wilsey. They're going to the short stuff underneath Gary Mullen right there. Got both feet in bounds. Or did he scrape that second one? Doesn't matter, you only need 1.
Good job in the truck, guys, and we showed you this arena. It's the largest arena football arena in the country. Ingold, back throw on 2nd and 3, and did he or didn't he? You betcha he caught it, Steve Griffin. Nice catch by Griffin on the out move. Inside the 10 at the 8.
You can see Detroit play with a great deal of intensity, Mike. I mean, they're really coming to play in this game. Let's see it again. Here's Ingold looking back. This is the reverse angle. No doubt about it there. It looked like he was starting to bobble. Hey, that's a great shot. Way to go.
Again, Derek Donald on the coverage. So it's first and goal at the 6-yard line for Detroit. They lead 12-0. Pitch out wide, and yes, touchdown Holman. Well, he scored on the swing pass, this time on the pitch out. 6-yard run by Walter Holman out of West Virginia State. And it's 18-0.
This looks like the start of an option play. You'll see Ingold, little sprint out, pitch out to Holman. He's got his eye on the corner of the end zone. Nothing's going to stop him at 6 points. Another 6 for Detroit. Here's another look at it. Now you can see his eyes right there. He knows where the end zone is. He's got one guy to beat right there. He beats Gary Mullen, who is having a tough day today on both sides of the field. That's Gary Mullen. I mean, certainly not Walter Holman. He's having a big day.
Novo Bojovic got a Rich Ingold's hold for the extra point. Snap was bobbled, and the kick was off to the right. So the score will hold with 11:17 to go. 18-0 in favor of Detroit. English Leather presents an arena ball rule. All players except the quarterback and kicker must play both offense and defense. And now this.
Some guys, they have it all. Some guys are just too big. Some guys, they have a ball. Some guys get left out in the rain.
Don't wait for something good to happen. Make it happen with the clean, masculine scent of English Leather cologne.
Some guys have what others want. Some guys have it all.
English Leather. Some guys have it all.
You know, that was a smart move.
You mean renting that budget one-way truck?
I can't believe how much we saved.
Well, budget doesn't charge you for round trip, just one way.
And their rate was low to begin with.
You know, it was kind of fun driving that truck.
Yeah, air conditioning, stereo.
Automatic, power steering. It's better in our car.
Really? And to top it off, we got $50 off.
Yeah, just by calling budget and mentioning arena football.
Yeah, that budget one-way truck was the best move we ever made.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. 11:17 to go, second quarter, and it's been all Detroit. 18-0, 3 touchdowns so far in the game for Detroit, and LA has really struggled. A couple of interceptions stopped them, and their offense is sputtering. Novo Bojovic will kick it off, trying to get it deep enough to get a net, but it won't. Gary Mullen takes it at the back of the end zone, up over his 5, and we'll get out to the 9-yard line. where the Cobras will take over first down and 10.
You saw who was in on that tackle, Dwayne Dixon. I guess that guy just does it all for Detroit. Although he hasn't been featured much in this ball game.
2 touchdown passes by Rich Ingold, one to Walter Holman, the other to George LaFrance, and then Holman on an 8-yard pitch for a touchdown. All 3 extra points were missed, and it's 18-0 in favor of Detroit. Double wide receivers. Dixon and McKnight out wide, and it's McKnight with the reception, and he's drilled there.
I'll tell you, Mike, Stevens paid the price for that pass. He was decked as the ball was released, and it looks like again a fumble by LA Cobras, and they are really bitten by that ball, that loose ball. Let's see it right here. Into the hands of McKnight, takes it back in the inside. Now right there, the ball pops loose. We can't see.
Was that Nate Miller that hit him?
It looks like it was Miller again in the tackle. Sure was. Nate Miller, who's been all over that ball. That would be his 2nd interception and his first fumble recovery in this ball game.
So again, the LA Cobras offense stopped by a turnover, and Rich Ingold will bring out his offense. First down and 10 at the 14-yard line of LA. Penalty markers fly before the snap of the ball, and I think maybe the 30-second clock ran out on it.
Weppy Powell, who is from Tonga originally. You'll see right there, number 40. Trying to get some enthusiasm on this LA Cobra team.
Illegal formation. The tight end did not report for Detroit. Penalty declined. 2nd down.
We see that the tight end did not report. The reason he has to report is because it's Big John Corker, number 61. That tight end, he has a number that is not a receiving number, so he has to report. Tell everybody that he is a tight end. We should say, there are 3 offensive linemen down on the line of scrimmage. One of those is a tight end. And in this case, John Corker, who wears number 61, did not report.
And Corker, by the way, had some great years in the National Football League and maybe was the USFL's biggest star their first year. This is his first shot in arena ball. 2nd down and 18 for Rich Ingold, going deep in the end zone. Got Dixon wide open, touchdown. Oh, was he open?
He had beat Wayne Lockett for the 6 points, and we haven't heard much of him in this first half, and you know that wasn't going to last too long. He may be the premier player in the league. Now let's watch it right here. Ingold looking to Dixon all the way. That's a 4 yards. He's got Lockett beat by 4 yards and 6 points. Another 6 points for Detroit. They're not letting up at all. Let's see. Well, this is a great angle, folks. You get to look at exactly what the receiver gets to look at. In that case, Dixon has it for 6.
Again, as we told you, Dixon, the leading receiver last year with 68 catches in arena football, leading the league again this year. Novo Bojovic on for the extra point out of the hold of Ingold, and this one is good. His first extra point of the night, and Detroit is way out on top, 25-0. So with the score, Detroit 25 and LA nothing. We'll be back after these words from your local station.
Announcing the Suzuki Samurai Summer Games with thrill-packed events like driving with your top down, the 10K surfboard carry, and the heavyweight bikini pickup with cooler. To play, you must drive America's least expensive convertible, not a spectator sport. See your Suzuki dealer now. Void where fun prohibited. The fun begins at your Houston Suzuki dealer.
Gallery Furniture, may I help you?
Yes, sir. I need me one of them there rare back chairs.
Rare back chair? What kind of chair is that, sir?
That's the kind of chair you pull the lever and rear back in it.
Oh, you mean a recliner? Is that what you want?
Yeah, a rare back chair.
150 to choose from, world's largest selection. How about this? Buy one, get one free.
All right. Can you deliver it to Waller tonight?
Yes, sir. Buy your recliner today, we'll deliver tonight. Gallery Furniture will save you money.
Gallery Furniture? Call today, 694-5570.
Lesnar and Jim Grabowski back at Joe Louis Arena. Novo Bojovic about to kick it away after the 4th touchdown of the evening by the Detroit Drive. This one will bounce into the net and will be returned out to the 5-yard line by Richard Rogers. He's up over the 5. They'll mark him at the 6-yard line, where L.A. trailing 25-0 will take over first down and 10. Look at the protection, Jimmy.
This is the touchdown, the last touchdown to Dixon. Look at the protection that Ingold has. A clear lane to throw. He could see his receiver. Now look at the shot. This is what the receiver sees as the ball's coming into Dixon's hands. I like that shot. I really like that shot.
Nice concentration. 2 plays, 14 yards, took a minute 35 seconds. The 22-yard touchdown pass, Ingold to Dixon. First and 10 for Matt Stevens at his 6-yard line. He'll be sacked for a safety.
Joe Wiska from Stevens' blind side. Stevens never saw him coming. Wiska had a free shot. That's 2 points for Detroit. Let's see it right here. No one blocks Wiska. Powell tries to get back at him, but can't do it, and Wiska's got the safety. Boy, Matt Stevens is having a long, long evening.
The rookie's getting his baptism here in Detroit. And the Drive, who came into this game 3-3, said we're going after the Gladiators, who are in number 2 spot, Pittsburgh at 4-2. And of course, they haven't given up on chasing Chicago with their 6-0 record.
Must have been a missed assignment, Mike. It looked like the offensive tackle on that side, I think it was Stowers, blocked down, left Wiska in free, and Powell tried to come back to pick him up, but just couldn't get there. How about that for a shot? They got the wall to look over. No bench. Just kind of lean on the wall and cheer your teammates on.
It's like the hockey players getting ready to get back in. So it'll be Zendejas to kick after the safety. George LaFrance, 8 yards deep in the end zone, out over the 5 to 10 to 15 to 20. And he's out to midfield, and a penalty marker is thrown.
I think they're going to call an illegal block or a hold. It looked like Michael Jones of the Cobras was being held. That's what they're calling holding. And if I picked it up right, it may have been Dwayne Dixon with the hold. Let's see if we can pick it up. There's the block. Or there's the hold right there. You'll see the hold. No hold at all with the jerseys being pulled away from his shirt.
Number 98 of the return team. First down.
It was on Dwayne Dixon, who held Michael Jones.
Detroit leading 27-0. They have the football back at the 10-yard line after the penalty. Michael Jones almost had his jersey ripped off. So first down and 10 for Rich Ingold and his offense. 7:50 and counting. Second period. Detroit up by 27-0. Pass incomplete.
Well, that was Nate Miller, the intended receiver, and he can't hold on to everything. He's been picking them off for interceptions.
Miller has 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery tonight. And there's Rich Ingold, 10 of 13 for 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. The other touchdown on the 6-yard run by Walter Holman.
Not bad statistics for an evening's work.
Pretty good percentage. Second down 10, 7:17 to go, second period. Lenny Taylor, the wing back in motion. Ingold to throw, under pressure, wants to go deep, and oh, what a catch. Did he get a foot down?
Well, folks, you're going to see the athletic ability of Dwayne Dixon. He's come up with some circus catch this whole season. This is the angle coming at you again. Now, we should have a great shot of this catch. Intended for Dwayne Dixon. Watch him leap high in the air over the back of Rogers, hangs on, and he does get that foot in. He scrapes his foot. That's all you need. Great reception by Dixon. That's why he leads the league.
I'm surprised an NFL team hasn't snapped him up somewhere, Jimmy. So it's first down and goal at the 5-yard line for Detroit. They lead 27-0. Ingold will roll left. Looks in the end zone. It's picked off. Picked off the 15, the 20. And it will be a score. Oh, what a great play by Derek Donald. Donald, who made 20 tackles 2 weeks ago, score.
Well, this is certainly what the Cobras needed. Ingold looking out to the sideline, pass there, the ball thrown a little behind. Rogers very alertly picks it off, and now it's just the end zone. There's no blue jerseys in between him and the end zone. Derek Donald for 6 points. That was a 48-yard interception for a touchdown. Another angle of it right there. Derek Donald right there, folks. It's over. It's 6 points. Boy, they needed it.
Zendejas to try the extra point. The kick is up and it's wide left. Oh no, it's good. Just sneaked inside the bar. So with 5:21 to go, it's Detroit 27 and LA 7. We'll be back after these messages.
Gillette has changed the face of shaving. First, we made it closer. Then we made it smoother. Atra Plus. Its Lubra Smooth Strip actually releases lubricants to glide the razor more smoothly. Incredible smoothness from the first stroke to the last. The Atra Plus system. First, we made it closer, then we made it smoother.
May I point out our special offer? 2 pizzas for the price of 1.
Oh, thank you very much.
Excuse me, your shoelace is untied.
Oh. Yes, I'd like that 2-for-1 offer.
I'm sorry, that offer has expired.
But I just bent over to tie my shoelaces.
He did. He bent over.
There's nothing I can do.
Show him your shoelaces.
Some pizza places have temporary 2-for-1 offers. At Little Caesars, you always get
pizza.
2 great pizzas for 1 low price.
Kickoff after the touchdown by Zendejas into the net. George LaFrance makes it back out over the 17-yard line. That's Lenny Taylor, pardon me, not LaFrance, who's usually back there. And Taylor gets it back out over the 15-yard line to the 18, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Detroit. And they might be in a little bit of a shot.
Now let's see who takes the punishment right here. The player of the wall. That shows, really gives a good picture of the padding. This was an earlier shot, and you'll notice how he just bounced off that padding. That's great protection. It looks worse than it is.
1st down 10, 18-yard line for Detroit. Ingold to throw. It's complete in the flat to Dixon, and he's close to midfield. They'll mark it at the 24-yard line. Dwayne Dixon, number 98, makes the reception close to 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Dwayne Dixon, who had 48 receptions coming into this ball game with 3 more, right about 51. Well in the lead in the Arena Football League.
They'll give him 6 yards, make it 2nd down and 4 for Ingold and his offense. Ball at the 24-yard line of Detroit, and Ingold will drop straight back to pass under pressure, and the ball is complete inside the 20-yard line to Steve Griffin out of Purdue, and he's got plenty for the 1st down as they mark it at the LA 17-yard line, a 9-yard gain.
Good concentration by Griffin on the football. It was thrown a little behind him. You'll see it right here. He just picks it up a little behind, bobbles it, but hangs on to the football for the 1st down. Griffin was a fine receiver at Purdue. I got the chance to see him many times doing Illinois football games.
3:43 and counting. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line for the drive. Ingold in the flat, and he'll bounce this one.
Well, the reason he bounced it is because Wesley was right in his face. He just couldn't get that arm forward. Good pressure put on by number 66, Wesley Welton.
Wesley is, I think, a financial representative for a major brokerage firm, but you know, he spent some time in the Antarctic.
Well, he went to Lehigh. You know, those guys are pretty bright to go to Lehigh. He was up there doing research on ozone layers.
I didn't know offensive line and defensive linemen did those kind of things.
The ones I knew.
A bright young man out of the Ivy League. Rich Ingold with a 2nd down and 10 at his 17-yard line. Motion by Griffin. Ingold to throw. In the flat. Against the boards. Lenny Taylor gets smashed to the boards, but he made the catch.
That's checking him into the boards, as you said earlier. Let's see it right here. Again, we'll get a good shot of a player going into the boards. Right there, there's Lenny Taylor being forced right into the boards, and they bounce right off. Boy, good shot. Great camera work.
Derek Donald says, well, if you're going to catch it, you're going to pay for it.
That's right.
A gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and 2 at the Cobra 9-yard line. Motion by Taylor, 95. And the pitch wide to Holman, and he'll spin for the first down. A nice move by the running back to get close to the 5-yard line, enough for first down yardage.
That was the same play that they scored on earlier in the ball game. This time, Lou Sorrentino got to the outside, forced Holman a little wider, and Donald came up to make the hit and finish him off.
1:54 and counting. Detroit with a 27-7 lead as we approach the 1-minute mark of the first half. Ingold, first and goal at the 6. Wants to throw. Crossing pattern, touchdown, Dwayne Dixon. Nice throw, great route.
Well, Dixon is a big receiver. They list him at only 6'2", but when I was on the sideline, he looks a lot bigger than 6'2". Let's see it from this angle. Now, the defensive back Lockett is looking for Dixon coming across. Now Dixon over the middle right here. The defensive back is 2 feet behind him. He just can't handle him. I mean, Dixon's a heck of a receiver. And again, folks, it's always man-to-man. You don't get the zones to help you out.
Novo Bojovic out of the hole to Rich Ingold, trying to add the 34th point. Kick is up and wide right. So with 54 seconds remaining until the half, it's Detroit 33, LA 7. We'll be back after these words from your local station.
If you want some excitement in your lives, well, NWA Wrestling is the answer. At Channel 20, KTXH, 20 Vision Sports has the ticket, the hottest ticket in town for NWA Wrestling. See me, Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express, the Four Horsemen, the Total Package, Lex Luger, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, all the top stars in professional wrestling, the most exciting hour in sports, and the hottest ticket on television right here on KTXH Channel 20, 20 Vision Sports. They're giving you the answer, and you didn't even ask the question now.
The celebration continues at Stop and Go with Mars brand candy bars priced at a low 3 for 99 cents. Or pick up a package of Oscar Mayer hot dogs for just $1.59. And Dove ice cream bars are now 99 cents for singles of your favorite flavor at Stop and Go. More than ever, Houston's good neighbor store.
Remaining, and remember, in arena football, in the last minute, the clock will stop on incomplete passes, penalties, and out of bounds. So the Los Angeles Cobras will have a chance to run their 1-minute drill here and be able to stop the clock. The rest of the time, the clock runs, except for the last minute in each half. Kicked away by Novo Bojovic, and it's going for the net and slips underneath and out of bounds. And LA will take over, first down and 10. Let's take one more look at the great Dwayne Dixon and his touchdown reception. Not so much the pass or the catch, but the route. Look how wide open Dixon is, and he scores. There's the 5 plays, 32 yards, a 6-yard touchdown pass. Ingold to Dixon. The extra point was missed, and with 54 seconds remaining and LA with the ball, they trail 33-7 to Detroit. Matt Stevens up under center. He needs a score to buoy his offense. Looking deep, throws over the middle, and it will bounce incomplete. Steve Griffin had the coverage. Gary Mullen was the intended receiver. But Matt Stevens under a lot of pressure, and he had to get rid of it quickly, and it bounced before it got to Griffin. Gary Mullen, who played last year for the Denver Dynamite and is now here, was one of the top receivers in arena football. Second down 10, 48 seconds remaining. Stevens drops to his end zone to throw and throws complete. Lockett, the receiver, stepped out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 42 seconds remaining. And it's enough for a first down. Wade Lockett. First down 10 at the 15-yard line of LA. Stevens with Mullen split to the top of the screen. And he's got him in the flat, and he steps out of bounds at the 23-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 37 seconds remaining. A gain of 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3, but more important, just 37 seconds remaining before halftime. There's a look at Mullen in the huddle, and he'll split to the bottom of your screen this time. Second and 3, 22-yard line of LA. Stevens drops, throws, and complete to Mullen, and he got a foot down at the 17-yard line of the drive, and the clock stops with 30 seconds to go. Did he have it or didn't he? Let's take a look. Mullen's got to have 1 foot down in possession of the ball. Did he have it? Guy in the striped shirt says yes. That's enough for a first down. Ball at the 17-yard line of Detroit. 30 seconds remaining. Stevens drops, throws quickly. In the flat, but incomplete. Intended for Steve Griffin, but he couldn't hold on. And it'll bring up third down. Clock now down to 25 seconds. Detroit leading 33-7, and Stevens trying to fire up his offense to give them something to go on when they go in at halftime. Lockett and Mullen, the wide receivers. Stevens under center. Second down 10. Straight back to throw. And it's complete in the flat for 10 yards. And we've got a discussion on the sidelines, Jimmy.
With 20 seconds to go, Mike, there's still all kinds of time, and that's a great thing about this game. You know, you can put a lot of points on the board with a little bit of time. And as they're going down the field, you can see they're just going with those short stop patterns along the sideline. Takes nothing off the clock.
20 seconds remaining. Matt Stevens in a bit of a bind here. He's got third down and 1. Do you throw for the end zone with 20 seconds, or do you try for the first down? Mullen will split to the top of the screen. The Cobras need 1 yard for a first down and 8 yards for a touchdown. Mullen in motion. Stevens will throw for it. He's got lots of time, and intended for...
That was Wade Lockett, the intended receiver, and Tate Randall was all over him. You'll see the flags. Let's look at it right here. They're going to Lockett. Sure, it's definitely an interference penalty. Let's see the official right there throwing the flag. Folks, he can do it. Nope, he can't find it. That's it. You know, you got to have it in the right hand. He's a right-handed official trying to throw the flag with the left hand.
So the 5-yard penalty against Tate Randall for pass interference will give...
Pass interference, number 29 defense, first down.
The LA Cobras a first and goal at the 3-yard line, and we've got 13 seconds remaining in the half. Stevens brings his offense up on first down. First and goal from the 3. Motion by Mullen. Stevens to throw. Looking in the flat, and it's complete at the 1-yard line, or 1.5-yard line.
That was a heck of a grab by Weppy Powell right along the sideline. And a timeout is called by the Cobras.
8 seconds remaining, and the timeout by the Cobras. Stevens will go over to the sidelines to talk to Ray Wilsey, his head coach, and come up with that play, Jim, that gets you the touchdown every time, right?
Says, well, Coach, what do you think? I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, there's a lot of years of football right there with Ray Wilsey and his assistant talking about, well, okay, what's going to work here? Hey, I got a question for you, Mike. Before I give that, you'll see the Detroit drive there saying, okay, we can stop her right here. 2 yards to go. Here's what I figure they will run. They'll run some kind of crossing pattern, and we got to be ready for it. But I got a little trivia question.
All right, I'm ready.
When was the very first indoor football game? Now, that's college, pro, or whatever. When was the very first? What year? You'll be surprised.
I thought it was last year. Jim Foster put the game on at the Rosemont Arena. It was a preview of it. I think you even went to that game. Was that the first one?
I was certainly there at the first arena football game. Before that, the Chicago Bears played a championship game indoors. But before that, listen to this, 1896, Michigan played the University of Chicago in the Chicago Coliseum, not the Coliseum we know now, but it has been since torn down, but 1896 they played a college game. By the way, Michigan beat the University of Chicago 7-6.
Jim Foster wasn't even born then. So
no, even Jim wasn't born then.
I know he didn't get the idea from that game. All right, here we go. 8 seconds remaining. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Handoff inside. Weckby Powell. And was he close enough? No. Didn't make it, but they'll call timeout with 4 seconds remaining.
Number 2.
Let's see it inside. Just a straight handoff to Powell. Using that big size to try to get in, but he falls about a half a yard short. Trying to reach it over. You see, that's the way to go. Try to reach it over a la Walter Payton, but it didn't work. The official said his knee was down. He's hurting a little bit, isn't he? You could see the pain in his face. You know, you get that close, the running back says, I want to get it across, and when you don't, you show some agony in your face.
What did Lombardi say to you when you were an inch short?
You don't want to know.
You didn't want to go back to the sidelines.
You don't want to know.
That's going to bring up 3rd down with 4 seconds remaining. Now, Jimmy, do you run the ball here with the fullback Powell in, or do you throw it and cross him up?
Well, I think with a half a yard to go, you just got to rely on that offensive line and say, we got to be able to make a half a yard. If you can't do that, you can't win.
So the Cobras under pressure. They've got to score here. They trail 33-7. 4 seconds remaining. Weckby Powell, the big fullback, behind Matt Stevens. No, Stevens going to throw. Hasn't got a receiver, and it's knocked away. A great play by Steve Griffin, and that will end the half, and there's got to be disappointment in the locker room for the Cobras.
You'll see it here. Stevens trying to go away from it. Now he's coming back to the man over the middle. He's looking for Mullen. Now watch the defensive play. That's Steve Griffin going off his man, getting his hand on the ball and knocking it away. Great defensive play by Steve Griffin.
So with the halftime score, 33-7 Detroit, we'll be back after these messages from your local station.
The 20 Vision Sports Challenge brought to you by Coors Light, the Silver Bullet. This lanky Yankee starred in other sports as a collegiate. What were they? Back with the answer after this message.
It's the right field at the right time. It's the Silver Bullet that has tasted fine. It's a new way to go to town. The Silver Bullet won't slow you down. So come on into Coors Light. It's the right beer now. To the good life, yeah. Good life, yeah. So come on into Coors Light. It's the right beer now.
Dave Winfield was a basketball and football star at the University of Minnesota. Call 976-2777 and win certificates good for valuable sports items. Answer 3 questions correctly and win with a 20 Vision Sports Challenge. A 65-cent charge plus applicable local or long-distance charges will be billed for this Houston call.
Father's Day. Every year it gets a little harder to get the right gift for dear old Dad. This year, give Dad a gift he can really enjoy. A waterbed from Big Sur. Not some little wimpy bed, but a king-size waterbed. For lots of storage space, Dad will love the Shiloh for only $149.99. Or for a traditional look, it's the New York for $249.99. King-size value at Big Sur Waterbeds, with showrooms on the East Freeway, the Gulf Freeway, the Southwest Freeway, and the North Freeway.
Great party. The guy's loaded. You know, it's a good-looking tux. It ought to be. Custom made, $400. Really? It's a pretty nice tux. Ah. Barry Manufacturing, $99. They've got their own factory. You gotta be kidding.
Barry Manufacturing. Because in life, stuff happens.
It's halftime, and before the game, I got a chance to talk to both starting quarterbacks. We'll start out with the home team first, the Detroit Drive and Rich Ingold. Rich, for you, this is year 2. Last year, the all-pro quarterback in arena football. What did you bring from last year to this year?
So I brought my experience in the fact that, you know, the field is so small, and guys coming into this year, it's the timing. I mean, it's so important, getting rid of the ball quick on timing, because you're going to run out of space. So I feel I had that to my advantage, coming in here and learning the system, knowing the system, and use it to my advantage.
Now, Indiana, PA isn't one of your major colleges, and your opponent comes from a big school. UCLA is an advantage to have played at a smaller school, maybe, in this league?
I don't know. I just know that there's a lot of really good football players across the United States, and it doesn't really matter where you come from. I mean, Matt played at a great university, UCLA, and I think of my school as a great university. But you know, he had the advantage of playing in front of big crowds, and I averaged probably between 8,000 and 9,000. So you know, it's kind of like home here in the arena.
Do you need a big, strong arm in this game? Do you need to be a scrambler? What is the key to be a quarterback in the arena football league?
I'd tell you you know, the most important ingredient is quickness, getting rid of the ball on time. You know, there's not really very many drop-back, classic-type quarterbacks in this league. You got to be able to move. You know, the rush is on you quick, and you got to get rid of the ball quick. So I just feel that a smaller, quicker-type quarterback with an average, medium-sized strength arm would be fine.
This game tonight, and of course we played a half already, and the season ahead. Last year you played 6 games. This year 12. You think the guys might slow down a little bit as this longer season goes?
I tell you, last year the season was over. It was just like, you know, it was like a little tease. You know, we're waiting for more. But we feel right now it's great. You know, half the season's over. It went by pretty quick, and we're just guys that are newer than the league are getting more accustomed to it, and we feel that, you know, the second half will just be a bonus for us.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
And I had a chance to talk to the other quarterback tonight for the LA Cobras, Matt Stevens. Matt Stevens out of UCLA, of course, and he's a rookie in this league. Didn't have the advantage that Rich Ingold did by playing a lot. So it was kind of fun to talk to an old UCLA alumnus. I introduced myself as a graduate for 1964, and he laughed. Here's Matt Stevens.
Different, you know. First of all, you're in a smaller field, so I guess you expect a smaller crowd, but the crowd here in the arenas, they seem to be much louder because it is indoors, and they create a lot of enthusiasm, and they're fun to play in front of. And you know, I'm very fortunate that I did go to UCLA and played in front of big crowds, and hopefully that'll give me some experience, some savvy. You know, when I'm here in Detroit, and you know, we're expecting a pretty good crowd, maybe I can handle that a little better. So I feel very fortunate that I've played in front of big crowds before.
Matt, what about reducing your game? You played on the big 100-yard field in college. Now you're down to the 50-yard field in the real intimate setting. Does it make a difference in the way you play the quarterback spot?
In some aspects it does. One of the aspects, you have to get adjusted to the net on both end lines. It's hard to throw deep balls and make your judgment, and it took me a couple games to get used to. Another thing about arena football, you have to be more apt to throw a touch pass because it's such a confined area. You can't have that room to run out and lob the ball over somebody's head because there's a wall right behind them. So there are a lot of things that you have to consider when you come down to arena football. And it took me a while to get adjusted, and you know, a couple games and a couple losses, I guess that's what it took.
What about the skills that it takes to be an arena football quarterback? Do you have to have the big arm? Do you have to be a scrambler? Is it really different skills to be an arena football quarterback?
Well, it really depends on the offense that you run in arena football. In our offense, my skills just fit right in because we're basically a drop-back team, and you have to be able to work the pocket real well because you are throwing all the time, and just being mentally tough and physically tough the whole game, because this game is constantly, you're throwing the ball and you're constantly getting hit, and you have to get used to that.
Thanks, Matt. We'll be looking forward to you the rest of the season, all right?
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, and we'll be back after these words from your local station.
Oshman's famous once-a-year sale is on right now.
the biggest sporting goods sale in America. Osmond's lowest prices of the year on the greatest names in sports, like the Converse Star Connection men's court shoe, just $24.99. Easton Smoke softball bats, $19.99. And the revolutionary Marcy wedge, now only $39.99. Don't miss Osmond's famous once-a-year sale, the biggest sporting goods sale in America. From the greatest sporting goods chain in the world, nobody beats Osmond's in sports.
Summer beat, summer heat. Kroger makes your summer days summer sweet. Summer meals, summer wheels. Kroger's the one that's got the summer deals. Summer's a ball at Kroger.
Frozen Butterball Turkey, only 59 cents a pound. Classic Coke, 6-pack, 12-ounce cans, 99 cents, limit 4. And assorted varieties fresh like vegetables, now 3 12-ounce cans for $1.
Thank you. Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena, where the Detroit Drive leading the Los Angeles Cobras 33-7. And I've got a special guest with me here in the broadcast booth, the general manager of the Detroit Drive, Gary Vito. And Gary, you and Mike Elich go back to slow pitch softball days, and he liked what you did so well that you went on to the Detroit Red Wings. And now, with a whole new aspect, arena football and the Detroit Drive, what's it like to build a new organization?
Let me say one thing. I went on to the Detroit Red Wings as an advertising person, not as a general manager, not as a coach, not as a scout. I know very little bit about hockey. We have a great management team with the Detroit Red Wings. All the credit goes to Jimmy Devellano, Nick Polano, Jack Demers, Neil Smith, and all of their coaching staff. They've done an outstanding job. I was here to help that organization bring people to the building. The Detroit Drive has been a little bit different. We're really having a lot of fun with this football team now, and we're trying to put the pieces together. We've got a great coaching staff. We were able to hire Tim Markin out of Denver last year, who won the championship, bring in people like Jim Bates and some of the other coaches that we have, and trying to build a winning organization here.
As a general manager, and coaches have told me this too, we can be great coaches, we can do a tremendous job at teaching, but if we ain't got the horses, we aren't going to win.
Absolutely. I mean, all of us that have been involved in sports to any magnitude over a period of time know that the coaches and management is only as good as the players they have. I go back to our hockey team and people like Jimmy Devellano saying it's going to take me 7 or 8 years to build a Stanley Cup champion. He has truly proved that with our hockey team. In turn, we're trying to do it a little bit quicker with arena football, and I think week by week we're getting a little bit better, and hopefully by the end of the season I think we're going to be real competitive, Mike.
Mike Elich has given a lot of people a lot of opportunities. Of course, Little Caesars is the pizza chain is involved in arena football. What sparked Mike into wanting to get into this league?
Mike likes to have fun. Mike loves entertainment. Mike likes to be able to do and be involved. And Mike Illich truly believes that this game has a very, very good opportunity to succeed. I mean, he's one of the few people that went out, put up this money, said, let's get us a football team and let's bring it to Joe Louis Arena and let's have fun with it.
All right, Gary Vito, the general manager. It's time to take a break. And we'll be back after these words from your local stations.
Is it possible for hair to have too much body? Prel says no. So they built more bodybuilders than ever into my brand new Prel bodybuilding system. New Prel shampoos in even more body for more fullness. And new Prel conditioner enhances all that body with better manageability. Because when it comes to body, Prel says, the more the better.
The U.S. ambassador expressed his team's concern.
Compounding problems even further as the strike moves into its point.
Maybe you can't stop the world, but for a week or so, you can get off. Right now, you can get $400 off a 10-day cruise. Selected sailings only, so call your travel agent soon. Norwegian Cruise Line, the world's best way to leave the world behind.
To you, he's got two
touchdown scores.
Right. Back at halftime at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan, where the home Detroit Drive leads 33-7 over the LA Cobras. Next week in Arena Ball on the 16th, it's Detroit and Los Angeles in a rematch, and we all here from Mizzlou will be there to bring you that game. Then it's on the 18th, New England against Detroit, and Pittsburgh at the undefeated Chicago Bruisers, at least undefeated as of right now. Let's take a look at the scoring summary while we have a chance. Detroit opened the scoring as Rich Ingold threw an 11-yard touchdown pass to Walter Holman. That was at 1:13 of the first period, and it was 6-0 in favor of Detroit. The second score, again, from Detroit. Ingold, a 3-yard pass to George LaFrance with 4:14 gone in the first period, and it was 6-0 in favor of Detroit. Detroit came right back on a Walter Holman 8-yard run to make it 18-0, and again, the extra point failed. And Detroit went on to a 33-7 lead. Let's go down to my good buddy Jim Grabowski on the field with the star of the first half, Dwayne Dixon.
Dwayne, it was a heck of a first half, 33-7 lead. I felt in the beginning of the game, though, they didn't feature Dwayne Dixon, and then in the second quarter, they came back to you, and quite often.
Well, I thought that they would key on me a lot this week, and the coach prepared for the other players to get ready to play some ball, and they were going to catch some balls this week. And we had a great preparation for this team, because they're 3-3, and we're 3-3, and we'd like to win this one.
I got to ask you, though, the boards along the sideline, do they bother you at all?
They don't bother me at all. You know, I think it's more of a protection for me. I don't have to worry about falling in someone's lap, and that makes it, a little bit easier on my conscience.
Dwayne, continued success. Have a great second half. Mike, we'll be back to you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jim Grabowski. 33-7. The Detroit Drive lead the LA Cobras, and we'll be back with second half action right after this from our network station.
Maximum power, more distance, greater accuracy. Your longest ball, your lowest score with the amazing Golf Gym Power Swing Workout. From tee to green. Better golf with the science of golf-specific conditioning. PGA Pro and sports medicine design guarantees it.
Golf-specific conditioning. It works for the pros. Now it can work for you.
17 easy-to-use golf exercises for home, office, travel, or pre-game warm-up. Only Golf Gym strengthens all golf muscles, improves grip, turn, follow-through, flexibility, and muscle memory, adjusts to every swing, reduces chances of injury.
In 30 years covering golf, Golf Gym is the most effective device I've ever seen for building power and control.
Golf Gym, the perfect Father's Day gift for dad or any golfer serious about their game. Available at these fine retailers or order direct by calling 1-800-441-4848. Just send $29.95 plus $4 shipping. Your longest ball, your lowest score with Golf Gym.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski, who's making his way up after that fine interview with Dwayne Dixon, the star for the Detroit Drive. And he's had 2 touchdown passes in the first half, and Detroit leading 33-7. Look at the first half statistics. In first downs, it's obvious. 13 for the Drive, 5 for the Cobras. And let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. Matt Stevens thought he was going to get underway early, but a pass in the flat to Mullen was fumbled and then picked off by Nate Miller, and the first interception of the night. Miller, by the way, stepped out of bounds at the 10-yard line, even though he goes all the way into the end zone. And Detroit will capitalize on that as Ingold drops back to throw and hits Holman in the flat for 11 yards and the first touchdown just 1 minute and 13 seconds into the game after the interception by Miller. So Holman scores on the 11-yard touchdown. The extra point was missed, and it was 6-0 in favor of Detroit as you look at the field level camera of Holman's touchdown. That was the first score, and it went on to be all Detroit Drive in the first half. Getting ready for the second half kickoff, and it will be booted away by Novo Bojovic of Detroit. Detroit leads 33-7 as we start this second half. And it'll be up to Matt Stevens and his offense to see if they can get back in this game. And believe me, in arena football, you can get back into a game quickly. Mullen takes it 8 yards deep in the end zone, breaks out over the 10, and up to the 20-yard line, where he was pushed out of bounds by George LaFrance. I love the way the PA announcer announces that, Jim.
Yeah, a little air of class, you know, when you say LaFrance.
That's right. So the Cobras take over, first down and 10 at their 15-yard line, trailing 33-7. Matt Stevens, the quarterback, number 10, the rookie out of UCLA, will try to crank up his offense as he trails by 26 points. Stevens back to throw, complete, over the middle.
Well, the key to that reception, Mike, really was the protection. Matt Stevens has not had protection in the first half, and on this first passing play the second half, he has time, he finds his receiver open, and they get another first down.
Wade Lockett made the reception, and when Wade was playing for Cal State Fullerton, they called all the wide receivers at Fullerton the bomb squad, and that is appropriate in this game. First and 10 at the 19-yard line of Detroit for Los Angeles, complete to Mullen out in the flat inside the 15-yard line. Dwayne Dixon makes the stop there, and it's enough for about 7 yards, second down and 3, as we're at the 13:44 mark of the third quarter, and LA needs a score.
Boy, they most definitely do. It's a shame for LA's fans that they didn't score at the end of that first half. They had their opportunity.
Stevens under center. Motion, and Detroit jumped offside. He's got a freebie, and he gets it out in the flat, complete to Matt McKnight, who will get down to the 5-yard line. The penalty marker that's down on the field will more than likely be declined, Jimmy.
Quarterback has to have a great feeling when that happens. You know, he can't make a mistake then. He could throw an interception. It would go back. They take the penalty.
Defense.
But in this case,
decline.
Matt Stevens had the cool to look for the receiver open, and he found him for a first down.
Matt McKnight got to the 4-yard line, where it'll be first down and goal, LA Cobras. Mullen and Lockett, the wide receivers. McKnight, 93, also to the top of the screen. Stevens with Wepke Powell behind him at fullback, drops straight back to throw, has time, into the end zone, and complete. Complete to Wade Lockett, and Lockett has the first touchdown, second touchdown of the night for the LA Cobras.
Good touch by Stevens on the ball. He couldn't wing it. You'll see it right here. He holds a little back and floats the ball in to Lockett into the corner. You'll see the ball floating. He knows that Lockett has his man beat, and it's 6 points for the Cobras. And then you got to put the brakes on quick.
So at the 12-17 mark, Marty Zendejas will try the extra point. He was good on his first try. This one is up, and it hits the post and is no good. So with 12:08 to go, it's Detroit 33 and LA 13. We'll be back after these messages from your local station.
It's a chorus line of laughs on the next Square Pegs.
Nothing assures popularity like stardom.
Wee High's going Broadway, and Patty's co-starring with Vinny.
Yo, Patty.
Wants me.
Will their stage romance lower the curtain on Jennifer's love life?
Okay, like this is the first time I haven't had a boyfriend for more than an hour since I was 10.
Like wow, on the next Square Pegs.
Square Pegs, Saturday at 6 on 20 Vision.
The U.S. ambassador expressed his team's concern.
Compounding problems even further as the strike moves into its fourth.
Maybe you can't stop the world, but for a week or so, you can get off. Right now, you can get $400 off a 10-day cruise. Selected sailings only, so call your travel agent soon. Norwegian Cruise Line, the world's best way to leave the world behind.
After the 34-yard touchdown pass. Stevens to Lockett. It will be Marty Zendejas kicking off from his goal line. There you see the ball teed. They tee it at the goal line on the kickoff. It's 58 yards to that net, and that's what Zendejas is going for. You kick it right out of your living room. Zendejas booms it, and it goes deep to 27 LaFrance, and LaFrance is over the 10-yard line to about the 15, where Detroit will take over. First down and 10. Tackle made by Brian Clark.
And I think the audience could hear that thud once again into that wall.
After the try, there was a personal foul on Detroit. Penalty is now assessed.
We got the call from the head referee. Personal foul penalty against Detroit on the extra point attempt. And so that'll take them back to the 7-yard line, where they'll start first down and 10 yards to go. Somebody punch somebody, Jim?
You know how those extra point attempts are.
I don't want to be in here anyway, so I'm going to make somebody pay.
I used to be the up back on those things, and I never liked them. It was just an opportunity for the defense to get their licks out of.
That's right. So after the penalty, it's first down and 10 at the 7-yard line of the Detroit drive. They lead 33-13. A 20-point lead for the drive. Penalty markers fly, and the pass long down the field, intended for Dwayne Dixon and Gary.
We have a flag on the play, Mike. Looks like it's going to go against Detroit. Let's see it here.
Illegal formation.
Coming at you one more time. Going to Dixon all the way out of flag pattern. In this case, Ingold just overshoots him. Dixon, you see, good stretch for the ball. He's a good-looking young man, Mike. He really is.
Let me explain the illegal formation situation. If you do not have an 80 number and you are playing at the eligible offensive line position, which could be a tight end on either side of the line, you come in with a 60 number and you don't tell them you're eligible, it's a penalty, and that's what happened to Detroit. A look at Steve Griffin, the wide receiver at the top, as Ingold goes back, and he's got Griffin up over the 10-yard line. He stretches up to the 11. It'll be a gain of about 4 and bring up the third down and 7.
We're going to get to see right now what the life of a quarterback is. Good pressure on Ingold. Oh, high and low. Now you saw the flak jacket there protecting his ribs. You see it right there, and you need those.
Third down, 6 yards to go. Ball at the 11-yard line of Detroit. Ingold, 2 receivers to the top, drops straight back, needs 6. And who does he go to in the tough situations? You got it. Dwayne Dixon.
Love it. Dixon and Lockett. A real battle going on, and right now it's Dixon who's winning the war. Here's the shot at him going high. Well, you'll see it right there. His foot barely touches the out-of-bounds marker, but the official right there called it on the spot. Otherwise, if that out-of-bounds marker was another foot, it's another 6 points for Detroit.
But it's a first down at the 23-yard line of the Detroit drive. Not a bad 87 for Rich Ingold, the all-pro quarterback. Playing for the Washington Commandos then. Ingold back to throw on first down. Wants it all. Going deep. Wants Dixon. Can't get him. Penalty marker.
And Gary Mullen, the defender on the play, doesn't like it. He's arguing with the official. But trust me, folks, he won't win. Let's see it right here. There's Mullen. A little bump. It definitely was a bump. The official was right there to call it. But the question was, did he have a shot to catch that ball? Official says he did.
There's no penalty.
I don't know. I don't know.
Was ruled uncatchable.
Okay. That would have been my question. And Tim Markham, the coach, doesn't like it. He said, what do you got to do? But I agree with the call. I don't think he had a chance to catch the ball.
Same rule as the National Football League. If the ball cannot be caught, there is no penalty. And that's what was ruled by the officiating crew. And it'll make it first down and 10. Second down and 10 at the 23-yard line of Detroit.
Good call by the off official.
Ingold under center. James Brown, his big fullback, will block for him. And Wepke Powell wasn't blocked by Brown. And the ball was knocked out of his hands, and they call it an incomplete forward pass, Jimmy.
Well, they're going to say that Ingold had his arm moving forward. Once again, here's what shows you why the quarterbacks make their money. Powell coming in from the blind side, and folks, that hurts. They say that his arm was moving forward. The official, you could see right there, calling it immediately. There was no doubt in his mind, so it goes as an incompletion. But a good job of blitzing by Weppy Powell. You'll notice that the middle linebacker does blitz a lot in this game.
There's a look at Dwayne Dixon as he splits to the top of the screen. Ingold on 3rd down and 10. Wanted Dixon, and again pressure on Rich Ingold by the Cobras.
Weppy Powell once again coming in from the blind side on Rich Ingold. This time came a little later, but did manage to break up the play. That's it, folks. There's an Iron Man for you. The attendance in tonight's game, 12,831. A good crowd in Joe Louis Arena.
Isn't it interesting? The LA Lakers are playing the Detroit Pistons in the NBA championship. And here we got LA against Detroit in arena football. And a good crowd tonight. So it's 4th down. It will bring up a field goal attempt by Novo Bojovic. He'll mark it at his 16-yard line. That's 59 yards, 34 yards, plus the 8 of the end zone. Makes it a 42-yard attempt. Ingold puts it down. The kick is up, and it is into the net. Will be played by Mullen and down in the end zone and brought out to the 5-yard line. Now remember, a 42-yard field goal in the NFL is an easy. That's almost a chip shot today.
Well, I don't know about a chip shot, but a 42-yarder in this game is one heck of a kick.
That's true.
You would look at those goalposts. We saw it at the beginning of this ball game. Only 9 feet apart, and when you're 42 yards away, it looks about 9 inches apart.
No easy field goals in this Arena Football League for sure.
You think of all your friends, and I know that you worked a long time with Jim Kerner.
It's time to take a break. The score 33-13. We'll be back after these messages.
They'll cut me right off at the bottom line. Maybe I better not show it to them.
No doubt in my mind. It's a case we can win.
There's one airline that knows its business so well. Come fly the friendly skies.
I got this covered or what?
Have you ever noticed that the people with the least time to waste always find time to read the Wall Street Journal?
Okay, I'll hold.
Perhaps it's because reading the journal had a lot to do with making them so busy in the first place.
Call 800-637-4800 for this great journal subscription offer. 13 weeks for just $29.75 with a money-back guarantee. 13 weeks, $29.75. Phone 800-637-4800 now for the Wall Street Journal.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at Joe Louis Arena. 7:29 and counting. 3rd quarter. 33-13 in favor of Detroit, but LA is making a comeback. Pass complete in the flat by Matt Stevens. And Joe Kelly makes his first catch of the night, and he'll donate it to the New Sun.
Congratulations, Andrea, the wife of Joe Kelly, who just gave birth to Joe Kelly III.
You know, 2 weeks ago, Detroit was leading 30-3 and didn't score a point in the second half, and almost had the team come back on him. So it's not over for Matt Stevens. Stevens back to throw. 2nd down and 1, and he throws it short of Kelly this time. Is tremendous pressure on him. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 1 for the LA Cobras.
Well, Matt Stevens was backpedaling because of the pressure. He just couldn't get anything on the football, and of course it was thrown short. Once again, though, Detroit putting the pressure on Stevens and protection of the Cobras breaking down.
Ray Wilsey trying to come up with the right offensive plays for his Cobras to get back in this game. They trail by 20. There's Kelly split to the top of the screen. 3rd and 1. Matt Stevens will throw for it. And it's complete in the flat to number 25, Richard Rogers, and it's enough for a first down.
It's not Michael Spinks against Mike Tyson. It is a little pushing and shoving. I'll tell you how it all started. I think that Lou Sorrentino, one of the down linemen, the center on the team, gave a little extra just before the whistle was blown. We'll see if we can pick it up right here. There's Sorrentino coming in on Kelly Quinn, and Kelly didn't like it at all. That could have been called. Looked like it almost was a penalty. But what they're going to do is they're going to call Quinn because he was the guy that got the second shot in. One of the rules is if you're going to get hit someone, don't be the second guy.
Don't retaliate or they'll catch you.
They'll catch the second guy.
So the penalty will move it into Detroit Drive territory at the 20-yard line, and Matt Stevens and his offense comes out first down and 10, trailing by 20. Stevens back to throw, and the motion man in the flat is Ed Seaman. He makes the catch. The ball's knocked out, and will they mark it where his forward progress stopped or where the ball went out of bounds?
Well, they're going to mark it where the ball went out of bounds because there was no whistle blown. He was still struggling for some yardage, and he ends up, by that struggle, losing 3 yards on it. He had about a 3 or 4 yard gain. He was struggling for a couple more yards. The ball knocked out of bounds. They mark it where it went out of bounds. It's a loss of a yard.
So put it back at the 21-yard line. Second down, 11. 5:05 to go, third quarter. Detroit leads 33-13, and LA mounting a comeback. Stevens wants it all. Goes deep. He wanted Richard Rodgers, but I think under pressure, he just kind of wobbled it out there, and Rodgers had no chance.
He was throwing the ball away. And there's a penalty on the play. It's going to go against the Cobras for holding.
Base 5. Get the first. Get the first.
We'll see if that's the call.
Protect.
Tim Markham, the coach of the Detroit Drive, said, let's refuse the penalty. We'll give him a third down situation.
Penalty is base 3. Third down.
So it'll make it third down and 11 with 4:49 to go, third quarter. And Matt Stevens here wants first down yardage first. The holding penalty declined. Third down and 11. Detroit leads 33-13. But LA has the only score here in the second half. Stevens will drop the throw. He needs 11 for a first down. Throws in the flat. It's incomplete.
Guess who was there once again?
Nate Miller, of course. Miller defending on Richard Rodgers, and that'll bring up fourth down. And will they go for the first down, trailing by 20? Or will Ray Wilsey send on Zendejas for a field goal attempt? Looks like they're going for it, Jim.
They're going for it.
A look at Nate Miller, who's had a spectacular night in the defensive backfield for the Detroit Drive. Fourth down and 11 for Matt Stevens and his offense. They trail by 20.
Let's get it now. Let's get it.
Stevens needs 11 yards for a first down, 21 yards for a touchdown. Under pressure, and he'll be dragged down back inside the 15-yard line. And oh, what a play by Stevens.
Boy, were they coming. Kelly Quinn will probably get credit for the sack, but Kim Stevens was also in on it.
33-13 Detroit. We'll be back after these messages from your local station.
Even with a perfect driving record, if you're one of the thousands of Houston area drivers forced to shop for new coverage, Auto Insurance USA believes you deserve a fair shake. Call 987-AUTO for personal, professional attention that can save you hundreds on your annual premiums. Your policy canceled? Who loses? Call 987-AUTO. Auto Insurance USA wants your business.
The roomy Chevy Astro offers more towing ability, while the spacious Ford Aerostar offers greater economy across the board. No matter which you choose, Mack Haik Chevrolet and Mack Haik Ford give you huge selection, award-winning service, and the best price. Whether you side with the Chevy team or the Ford team, the Mack Hike team is the one to cheer. Mack Hike Ford and Mack Hike Chevrolet.
To come back in the second half, Kim Stevens, the big 6'1", 252 defensive lineman out of Georgia, has thwarted this drive by LA with a great sack of Matt Stevens, and so Detroit takes over first down and 10 at the 14-yard line of the LA Cobras, trying to extend their 20-point lead. Ingold under center, drops to throw, looking over the middle, and the ball was picked off the top of the grass by Steve Griffin, and that's artificial.
Grass, artificial grass.
What did Richie Allen say? If my horses can't eat it, I won't play on it. But here, the arena football surface, the state of the art. I mean, you and I have both been down in the field. It's better than any artificial surface I've been on.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's a heck of a lot better than one indoor stadium I know, the Astrodome.
There's a look at Ray Wilsey, the head coach of LA, trying to figure out how to get his club back in this game. They trail by 20. Ingold under center on second down and 14. And penalty markers all over the place. Is it a touchdown? Well, Wayne Dixon caught it, but we'll have to wait and see what the penalty is all about.
I think we're going to go the old holding. Let's see if we can pick one up right here, a holding penalty. Number 68, Stevens, is, I believe, who they're going to call. Look at a grab by Dixon. Picks it up right off the ground. Good catch by Dixon. Great pair of hands. But it's going to come back. They're calling holding on Detroit. And it just takes away a good catch once again by Dixon. Let's see it again from another angle. There's the pickup by Holman. There's the hold right there.
Stevens, who made the sack.
Yeah. He said, well, I was trying to sack my blocker.
He forgot he'd switched from defense to offense. Can't use your hands on offense, Kim Stevens. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Take it back to the 19-yard line. And it'll be second down and 15 for Richard Ingold, number 9, and his offense. Griffin, LaFrance, and Dixon, the wide receivers for Detroit.
It's got to be awfully difficult, like the one series you're blocking, the other series you can't use your hands.
That's what makes it unique in arena football. Ingold drops one to throw, the quick swing pass to Holman, and no way, as Michael Jones says, I got you.
Let's see it right here. Jones not blocked at all, coming in with a clean shot. His eyes on Ingold. A big sack for the Cobras. Taking them back about a good 12 yards.
All the way back to the 20-yard line of Detroit.
Michael Jones, you know, never played football in high school because his team didn't have one.
He's learned since. Third down and 26 for Rich Ingold in the Detroit drive. Good protection, going deep. Doc Dixon, wide open touchdown. What a great route by Dwayne Dixon.
Richard Rogers on the coverage slip. And Dixon all alone in the end zone. Let's watch it right here. Dixon and Rogers. Rogers on the Cobra, taking the move outside. Now you watch him turn back, and he slips right there. Now if the ball's anywhere near, Dixon's going to grab it, and he does for 6 points. That's his third touchdown of this evening for Dwayne Dixon, the leading receiver in arena football.
55 seconds left in this quarter, and Novo Bojovic will attempt the extra point, try to add the 40th point for Detroit. Snap is high, and Ingold's going to have to run or maybe throw it away. Up in the end zone, off, and it was playable off the net, but it falls incomplete. And with 35 seconds to go, it's 39 for Detroit and 13 for the LA Cobras. English Leather presents an arena ball rule. Now all players except the quarterback and kicker must play both offense and defense. Now this.
Some guys, they have it all. Some guys are just too big. Some guys, they have a ball. Some guys get left out in the rain.
Don't wait for something good to happen. Make it happen with the clean, masculine scent of English Leather Cologne.
Some guys have what others want.
plush leather. Some guys have it all. You know, that was a smart move.
You mean renting that budget one-way truck?
I can't believe how much we saved.
Well, budget doesn't charge you for round trip, just one way.
And their rate was low to begin with.
You know, it was kind of fun driving that truck.
Yeah, air conditioning, stereo.
Automatic, power steering. It's better than our car.
Really? And to top it off, we got $50 off.
Yeah, just by calling budget and mentioning arena football.
Yeah, that budget one-way truck was the best move we ever made.
After the Dixon touchdown pass, the extra point was missed, but it's Detroit 39 and LA 13, and Novo Bojovic will tee it up at the goal line and kick it away with 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. There's Bojovic's answer to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, I guess. That T is a strange one. Bojovic gets it away, and it will slip underneath the net, come out to the 5-yard line. Mullen let it go, number 1, and it'll be the LA Cobras ball, first down and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
Let's take another look at the touchdown. Rich Ingold looking all the way once again to Dwayne Dixon, and you can't say you can blame him. He just drove Rogers off, made the move, and as Rogers made the turn, he slipped and fell. Now here's the ISO on him right here. You could see Rogers as he made the spin, just tripped up on his own feet, and Dixon's not going to drop one of those.
Matt Stevens brings his Cobra offense out, first down and 10 at the 5-yard line. Drop the throw, wants Mullen deep, airs it out, and it bounces in the air off the defensive back, Nate Miller. And it's incomplete, and boy, there was some pushing and shoving, Jimmy.
Yeah, there was some really good coverage there, though, by Nate Miller. He was all over Gary Mullen. Now, some people think there was the fans, if this was in Los Angeles, they would have wanted to call an interference penalty, but the officials said, no way.
That's the end of the third quarter, and with the score, Detroit 39, LA 13. We'll be back after these messages.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
When it comes to pitching, you can never be satisfied with your performance. You have to feel you can do even better, to be the best there is. And when it comes to sports weeklies, the best there is for my money is the Sporting News, with more baseball coverage than you'll find anywhere else. Exclusive features, photos, updates, and inside stories, plus thousands of stats, box scores, and authoritative baseball facts in every issue. The Sporting News, the most baseball for your money, and now it's yours at a terrific 75% savings.
Call 1-800-533-1800 and get 55 issues of the Sporting News for 4 easy payments of just $7.50. You'll save 75% off the cover price, save 50% off the regular subscription rate. So call now, 1-800-533-1800. That's 1-800-533-1800.
Don't I get 2 pizzas for the price of 1?
Don't think of it as 1 pizza. Think of it as 1 pizza and 1 box.
What am I going to do with a box?
Ever hear of origami?
What's that?
A pterodactyl.
A what?
At Little Caesars, you never get just 1 pizza. You get
pizza.
2 great pizzas for 1 low price.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, where the Detroit Drive have a 26-point lead over the LA Cobras. LA trying to come back. And Matt Stevens hit Lockett on the sidelines for a 9-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1. Make that 3rd and 1.
You saw Stevens going long for the 6 on the last play. You're going to have to score quickly with a 26-point deficit. Detroit's going to be willing to give up those short plays.
14:33 to go, fourth quarter. 26-point deficit for Matt Stevens, fourth on the all-time UCLA list for passing. He's going to need some of that here. Stevens on the quarterback sneak gets up over the 15 to the 17-yard line. That's a 3-yard gain, enough for a first down. And with 14:11 to go, Stevens has got to get this offense cranked up.
Mike, it seems like every time they start doing something right, they self-destruct.
2 interceptions by Nate Miller. He recovered a fumble. Ball batted away on 4th down, sacked on 4th down. Everything bad's happened to the LA Cobras. And there's another bad play.
You got to wonder if fatigue is starting to play a factor now. The LA Cobras played a Monday night game. They did not practice at all on Tuesday, so they haven't had much preparation for this game. And I don't know about you, but I was a little sore after 6 days if I had to play within those 6 days. We used to play on Sunday and then have a Thanksgiving Day game, and I'm glad I only had to do it once a year.
First downs were 15-10, not indicative of the score, but LA in the second half has come back and at least played even with the drive. Second down, 11. Ball at the 16-yard line of LA as Matt Stevens brings his offense up. Stevens will roll to his right, looking downfield, looking deep now, and the ball is caught for a touchdown by Wade Lockett. Outstanding job first by Stevens to scramble and get open and then find Lockett down the sidelines for 6.
Well, a good read by Lockett, too. He saw that Stevens was in trouble. He took his pattern down the field. Good read by Stevens. Let's see it right here. He's under great pressure now. He partial roll to the right. Can't find anybody open now. Now he looks to Lockett along the sidelines. Lockett keeps running down it, and he got 6 points. And who knows? Cobras could be back in this ball game.
Marty Zendejas will come in for the extra point, the 5'9", 165-pounder out of Nevada, Reno. And Eric Beavers, the backup quarterback, holds for him, and that's interesting as the kick is good because Beavers was his holder in college, and that's got to help you a little bit.
That sure does. You can't blame anything on the fact that they haven't worked together.
So with 12:15 remaining in the fourth quarter, it's 39 for Detroit, 20 for Los Angeles. We'll be right back.
Sometimes they have it all. Some guys are just too vague. Sometimes they have a ball. Some guys get left out in the rain.
Don't wait for something good to happen. Make it happen with the clean, masculine scent of English leather cologne.
Some guys have what others want. Some guys have it all.
English leather. Some guys have it all.
This is where Michael Jordan kept practicing his jump shot when he didn't make varsity. This is where George Brett kept fielding after his team lost the state finals.
Wildcat ball.
And this is where Walter Payton played every game his freshman year as a drummer in the marching band. What do these legends have in common? They've always had a will to win. And they've always had a Wilson.
Marty Zendejas will kick it off after the 34-yard touchdown pass to Lockett, and it goes underneath the net, out of the back of the end zone. And Detroit, leading 39-20, will take over first down and 10 at their own 5. 12:08 to go in this football game. And here's Stevens' pass to Lockett.
Once again, this is a good lesson for all defenders. You got to stay with your man, because on the broken play, Lockett just stayed along the sidelines, and we got 6 more.
5 plays, 45 yards, took 3:20. Stevens, 34 yards to Lockett. So Rich Ingold will bring his Detroit drive offense up. His lead's been cut to 19 points, and they'd like to keep possession and run this clock on first down. Ingold in the flat and complete to George LaFrance. LaFrance tackled by Lockett on that play, and
you can see
19 points in the Arena Football League is not enough, Jimmy.
That's right. keep repeating that, you know, most games in the fourth quarter, you got a 19-point lead. It's all she wrote, but not in this ball game.
Hey, you clear the bench and let the guys who don't usually play, but not in this league. 11:14 to go. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Detroit drive, and Rich Ingold will see if he can keep this offense moving. Again, the pass complete to George LaFrance. LaFrance, a 9-yard gain. It'll bring up second down, and 1 yard to go, just 1 yard short of midfield at the 24.
Well, Ingold sees that the defender on that side with George LaFrance is given a big cushion, so they're going to the short pattern. They're taking care of two things right there: eat up the clock and move it down the field.
LaFrance has been matched up with Wade Lockett, who has the 2 touchdown passes in this game. 92 Lockett against 27 LaFrance. This time LaFrance will come in motion. Ingold drops the throw, looking in the flat, and it's off the hands of number 23 for Detroit, Nate Miller, who's working a little bit on offense. Sometimes he's the designated defender, but he gets stuck in there on offense every once in a while, and that's part of the fun of this game.
He's normally the defensive specialist, which means that he doesn't play a lot of offense, but today he certainly is doing both.
20 out of 30 and 5 touchdowns for Rich Ingold. Shows why he was the all-pro quarterback last year in arena football. Third down and 1. 24-yard line. That's 1 short of midfield. Ingold will dive for the first down, and this one's going to be close, Jim.
I don't think they're going to give it to him. Ingold dove to the ground. If he kept his feet driving, would have picked it up easily, but they're going to call it short of the first down. I see Coach Markham saying, why did you do that?
Good job by Tony Palomera and Wes Walton, the nose tackle and defensive lineman for the Cobras, and the fans love it here.
Well, I'll tell you, these are great fans in Detroit. They love this arena football. They really get into it. You're so close to the field and so close to the players, and you can see there that they're having a great time.
Well, we've got a penalty on the play, and we'll get the answer.
Conduct, number 62 of the offense. Fourth down.
Did you catch that one?
Unsportsmanlike conduct. And you don't argue with the... I think he was mad because he didn't make his block so that Ingold could get the first down, and he complained to the guys in the striped shirts.
Yeah, you kind of wonder what he said. I'm sure we couldn't repeat it.
So Novo Bojovic will put his tee down at the 11-yard line. 8 yards of the end zone. Well, they'll mark it now 10, so it's a 48-yard field goal attempt. And I believe it was blocked or muffed, one of the two, and it will be fielded at the 5-yard line and brought out to about the 10 by Ed Zeman. So Zeman will give his LA Cobras a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
We'll see if someone is, first of all, not a very good snap. Someone inside, there it is, right there, gets his hand on the Cobras. We can't pick up his number, but he did deflect that ball.
8:48 remaining in this game. Detroit leading 39-20 over LA. We'll be back after these words from your local station.
Introducing Turbo Wash, the perfect gift for Father's Day. Turbo Wash is the power pressure washer so advanced it's endorsed by Bobby Unser. It cleans your car, boat, or motorhome in minutes. It soaps, sprays, even waxes. Easy to change control tips, get to those hard-to-reach places, or give you the power to clean second-story windows. This Father's Day, give Dad the Turbo Wash.
Available at High and Low Auto Supply, Target, Western Auto Supply, and Handy Dan. Rodney DeYoung presents Professor Insurance.
Clear the aisles. Oh, that's okay. My question is, what's the easiest way to get insurance? Stuck in traffic? No. Sitting in the office, do you read all the magazines? No. On the telephone, calling Rodney DeYoung's toll-free number.
Rodney DeYoung.
That's right. There's only one answer. Rodney DeYoung.
Call 1-800-462-4323.
Think young, Rodney DeYoung.
Well, these Detroit fans get a little nuts. Here's Charlie fan. I guess he must be their main cheerleader. He had a good time, danced to the music, brought his own trumpet, too. I love it. Hey, he's got some rhythm, too. What do you think?
Now, bad attendance, 12,831 here at the biggest football arena in the country, Joe Louis Arena. First down and 10 at the 13-yard line. A 19-point deficit facing Matt Stevens and his LA Cobras. Pass in the flat intended for Lockett was short and incomplete. Stevens tried to throw that before Lockett made the break, and all he could do was throw it into the ground.
And Lockett had his foot out of bounds. If he caught it, wouldn't have mattered.
There's a look at Tim Markham, the coach of the Detroit Drive, and he knows a 19-point lead in arena football isn't enough. 8-11 and counting as LA faces a second down and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
You put the camera on the fans, they do a little waving, don't they?
Stevens up under center, the rookie out of UCLA. Has time. Oh, and in and out of the hands of Lockett. Wade Lockett had it at the 24, and it just slipped out.
If you want to give a story of the game for the Cobras, that's it right there. The ball is in their hands, they just can't hang on.
So that'll bring up third down and 10 at the 13-yard line for LA. And every offensive possession with 7.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter is important when you trail by 19. Stevens faces third and 10. Mullen to the top of the screen. And that's who he wants, Mullen, and he's got first down yardage inside the 25-yard line. Nate Miller pushed him out of bounds, but not until he gained 14 yards to the 23.
But he bobbled the ball once again. We'll see it right here. The ball right on target, hit him right on the number one. Now you watch, he looks at the defender and he almost loses that ball. Number one, look the ball in your hands, right, as an old wide receiver. We'll see it again at a little close-up angle. Good turnout move. He's drove the defender Griffin back, comes back for the football, but you'll see right there his eyes were going towards the defender.
And we get Jeff Wiska jumping offside for Detroit. And was he drawn or did he jump the count? That's the old question, and we'll find out.
He wasn't drawn. They're marching it off against Detroit. Let's see it right there. No one drew him off, but automatically you just turn and point to somebody.
Wiska had his own snap count that time. So after the 3-yard penalty, Matt Stevens tries to throw into the flat to Greg Orton, his big tight end, and he got buried back in the offensive backfield.
Well, that penalty must have made Wiska a little angry because he was in the face of Stevens once again. And this time he did it on the snap count.
So that'll bring up second down 7. Again, a 3-yard penalty for offside, and it took it from the 23 to the 20. And after the incomplete pass, it's second down and 7 with exactly 6 minutes remaining in this game, and LA trailing by 19, 39-20. Stevens back to throw on second and 7. Looking deep in the end zone for Mullen, and the ball is tipped away by Nate Miller, and it'll bring up third down and 7.
Fine defensive play once again by Nate Miller. Managed to get his hand and tip the ball away from Gary Mullen, and Matt Stevens has been banged up the last couple of weeks with a bad ankle, and you'll see here that he really gets decked. Coming in right on him. That's Wiska again, and he gets his foot. Oh boy, ugh, I don't like to see it. He's had a bad ankle, which has limited his mobility, and you can see he's under some pain right now. Watch it one more time. He gets hit high and low, and oh.
Well, as two ex-NFL football players who have had knee and ankle injuries, both of us cringed when we saw that replay.
I just got a pain in my ankle that time. How about you?
Well, there's Beavers, the backup quarterback, Eric Beavers. And before we find out what's happening, we'll remind you it's 39-20 in favor of Detroit, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter end after this.
Gillette has changed the face of shaving. First, we made it closer. Then we made it smoother. After a Lubra Plus. Its Lubra Smooth Strip actually releases lubricants to glide the razor more smoothly. Incredible smoothness from the first stroke to the last. The Atra Plus system. First we made it closer, then we made it smoother.
You know, that was a smart move.
You mean renting that budget one-way truck?
I can't believe how much we saved.
Well, budget doesn't charge you for round trip,
Yeah.
just one way.
And their rate was low to begin with.
You know, it was kind of fun driving that truck.
Yeah. Air conditioning, stereo.
Automatic, power steering. It's better in our car.
Really? And to top it off, we got $50 off.
Yeah, just by calling budget and mentioning arena football.
Yeah. That budget one-way truck was the best move we ever made.
There's a look at the fans with the footballs they get to take home that come up in the stands. Yeah, how about the guys in the truck? Can we take down 3 or 4 footballs for them?
Sorry, guys.
Only if they kick them in there, right?
Come on, let's go Pistons!
5:37 and counting.
This is weak.
And we're going to have a new quarterback. No, Matt Stevens says I can go. All right, good for the rookie from UCLA.
Ray Wilsey said he's a courageous young man. He's been playing the last 2 weeks on that bad ankle, but they can't get him out. He shows his guts right now.
3rd down 7, 20-yard line of Detroit. Matt Stevens' club trails by 19. He'll drop the throw, needs first down yardage, looks for it in the flat, and it's caught there by Wade Lockett and complete. Excellent catch on a low throw from Stevens, and that's enough for a first down.
Good reception by Lockett, and Stevens threw the ball where only 2 things could happen: an incompletion or a reception. No fear of an interception when the receiver comes back to you and the ball's thrown low.
So a crucial 3rd and 7 pass, and they'll see where they mark it is enough for a first down. That's what they're trying to decide now.
Let's see it once again. Stevens going to Lockett. Ball thrown low. Well, I'll tell you what, look from that replay that he was past the first down marker.
Well, they say he's 2 inches short, so it'll bring up 4th down and less than a yard at the 14-yard line. And there's no doubt in anybody's mind that they'll go for it, trailing by 19 with 4:49 to go.
Well, they probably won't run the play-action play like they did the last play of the first half, which was an incomplete pass. They probably could have made it if they ran the football.
Less than the length of a football for the first down, and it'll either be Stevens on the quarterback sneak or Repke Powell, the big fullback. But they need less than a yard to keep this drive going and keep their hopes alive of mounting a spectacular comeback against Detroit. Quarterback sneak by Stevens, and he's got enough for the first down.
The quarterback, number 10, Stevens, on the carry. First down for Los Angeles. Number 68 on the tackle for Detroit, Kim Stevens.
So mark the ball at the 13-yard line.
The 13-yard.
See Ray Wilsey looking up at the clock saying, oh, I wish we had about 10 more minutes.
Or a way to stop it before we get to 1 minute. Stevens brings him out. First down and 10 at the 13-yard line of Detroit. Stevens back to throw. Looking for Mullen over the middle, and now just wings it away, and touchdown to Lockett. I'll tell you, Matt was throwing it away, and Lockett was sharp enough to make the catch.
Well, Tate Randall, the quarterback on the play, just got turned around, and maybe they ought to put this in their playbook. We'll see it now. A little scramble once again by Stevens. Remember, and he's being held there. He's just about to go down. He throws the ball really up for grabs. This could end up in an interception, but it ends up as a touchdown because Lockett has his eyes on the football and Randall had his back turned.
Tate Randall, the defender, didn't know where the ball was, nor did he know where Lockett was. That's 3 touchdown receptions in this half for Lockett, and he's brought him back. It's not over. 3:12 to go and counting. And Stevens will go for the 2-point extra point. Wants to cut the lead to 11. Stevens back to throw. Throws in the flat for...
It looks like he was going for Weppy Powell,
his big fullback. So with 2:59 remaining and Detroit leading 39-26, let's take this break and a word from your local station.
The last laughs on us when 20 Vision Summertime comes to late night.
I am Maud Livingston Seagull.
The first laughs on the Finleys when Maud comes your way at 10. Then you have an appointment to see a psychiatrist at 10:30 on the Bob Newhart Show.
It's my job. I'm a shrink.
Last but certainly not least, it's the kitten of late night, Mary Tyler Moore at 11. The last laughs on us, weeknights on 20 Vision Summertime.
Announcing the Suzuki Samurai Summer Games with thrill-packed events like driving with your top down, the 10K surfboard carry, and the heavyweight bikini pickup with cooler. To play, you must drive America's least expensive convertible, not a spectator sport. See your Suzuki dealer now. Void where fun prohibited. The fun begins at your Houston Suzuki dealer.
39-26 in favor of Detroit. 2:59 remaining in this game, and they've already voted for the most valuable player and the Iron Man in this game. MVP, Rich Ingold, the quarterback. He has 5 touchdown passes, and who else but Nate Miller? I mean, he's got 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and he's been the star defensive back. Kickoff by Zendejas. That will go out of the end zone, and Detroit will take over. First down and 10 at their own 5-yard line with a 13-point lead and 2:53 to go.
Ball will be brought back out to the 5-yard line.
One more look again. Is he in the grass? Should the official have blown the whistle? Well, he was right there. I'm not going to argue with it because I'd like to see touchdowns.
I think the rule says you've got to be truly in the grasp, not a grasp of his jersey.
Oh, well, I guess so.
Okay.
Whatever you say, Mike.
Protect that injured ankle of Matt Stevens.
You know what it's like to be a quarterback. You know.
All right, first down, 10, 5-yard line. 2:32 and counting. Rich Ingold trying to protect a 13-point lead. Straight back to pass. In the flat to Dwayne Dixon. He's tackled there by Gary Mullen at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 8. It'll be second down and 2.
That's a good man to have when you're trying to eat up the clock. Go to your big guy, Dwayne Dixon. Here we see him now, just about a 5-yard stop. Turn around, look for the ball. It's right there. Good gain now. Pick up what you can. Gary Mullins is the defender, and Dixon has beaten Mullins many times this afternoon.
Under 2 minutes to go. 39-26 Detroit. Detroit has the ball at their 13-yard line. Second down and 2. And the 30-second clock ran out on him.
Well, they're going to either do that or they're going to call Kelly Quinn. One of the down linemen looked like he picked up his hand. Let's see what they call.
Ball start, number 85.
Good eyes, Jim.
Offense.
Detroit penalty. 3 yards on the penalty.
3-yard penalty for illegal motion on Detroit. It'll bring up second down and 5 now for the Detroit drive. And the clock is moving. 1 1/2 minutes remaining. Detroit leads 39-26. Ingold brings them up. Second and 5 at the 10-yard line. Ingold back to throw, and will throw in the flat to Dixon. Mullen throws him out of bounds into that restraining wall.
Number 9, Rich Ingold, complete to number
Well, the frustration starts to show a little bit. You know, Dixon has had another big night. Mullins has not had one of his better nights. So you try to do something. Throw him into the wall.
Gain of 6 and a first down. Mark the ball at the 16-yard line, and we're at the 1-minute mark. And Los Angeles has called timeout. So with 1 minute remaining, they're down by 13, and Detroit is trying to keep it that way. Time for a break. We'll be back for the final minute after this.
You know, there are a lot of places where you can look for an auto part. But here's where you'll find it. Napa has parts for imports and other hard-to-find parts. So come to Napa first. We've got your part.
Napa's Best Tool Sale has the best deals on our best tools. Like this Napa 22-piece socket set for only $19.95. And Napa's best quality hand tools are guaranteed for life. Our sale, unfortunately, is not.
What can you expect when you invest at Schwab? Ask a Schwab customer.
I'm looking for quick response and accuracy. I call Schwab and often get my market orders confirmed while I'm still on the phone. I like the fact that there's no sales pressure. For me, Schwab simply delivers good service, good value.
For a free booklet, call 800-223-1100. That's 800-223-1100.
1 minute remaining in the game, and the Ironman, USA Wet Ironman of the game. Who else, Jimmy?
Yeah, Nate Miller. He started the ball game off so well. 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery.
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, and Ingold will scramble out, dive towards first down yardage. They'll mark him short, though, the 24-yard line. It'll be 2 yards short, and they'll stop the clock with 48 seconds to go. A nice heady play by Ingold. He knows he wants to use the time, runs the ball up the middle, and almost gets to first down yardage.
Able to pull the ball down, saw the opening, goes for the first down. I believe Ingold has the longest rushing run. How am I going to say this? You know what I'm trying to say.
Longest run
from the line of scrimmage for Detroit.
So the clock stops with 48 seconds to go, and Detroit protecting a 13-point lead on the LA Cobras.
Don't forget, coming up immediately after tonight's game, the selection of both the MVP and Iron.
Tim Markham, formerly an assistant coach at Rice, and also won a junior college championship at Ranger Junior College. Markham's been around, also coached in the USFL at the San Antonio Gunslingers, and of course had the Arena Football champion last year at Denver.
A big win for him last year. He won by 30 points.
Nate Miller had quite a game, as I remember. Had 3 interceptions in the game. Gary Mullen, who also played for Denver, had touchdown passes in that game. So Markham knows a couple of the players on this field.
That's for sure.
48 seconds remaining after the 8-yard run by quarterback Rich Ingold of the drive. It's 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line of Detroit. And the pitch goes wide to the big fullback Holman, and Holman just chews up yardage. I've got a feeling LA wasn't expecting that. He's inside the 15-yard line all the way to the 11.
That play has worked very effectively for Detroit, getting Holman to the outside. Good blocking out in front of him. And he's a happy young man. He knows he's got it now. He scored on an 8-yard run in the first half on the same type of play. You'll see here, it's just a pitch out here. Cuts it back inside. Good blocking out in front of him. I don't know a back that can make yards without blocking.
So it's 40 seconds remaining. 1st down and 10, Detroit at the 11-yard line. They lead 39-26. And Ingold will just touch it down. Wants to run out that clock. And we'll get a timeout, Los Angeles, with 33 seconds remaining.
There's our player of the game, most valuable player, Rich Ingold, who's had a superb evening. I keep wanting to say afternoon. It's so nice and light in here. You know,
one of the good things about indoor football, it never rains or snows. Field never gets wet.
This is really quite a place, too. Joe Louis Arena. Every fin has a great seat.
12,800 plus tonight. A good crowd, especially with this town going piston mad.
That's right. As I walked through the stands, I kept hearing, "Yo, Pistons, go for it."
Arena football truly has their fans, and they start them young. There's the official game magazine of Arena Ball.
Yeah, this town has really taken to this game, and they've had over 17,000 in the stands here, and I believe they really like the game.
33 seconds remaining as Rich Ingold brings his offense out. And again, you may just see him touch the ball down, let that clock run, and he does. And the clock will move until the officials call the last timeout for the LA Cobras.
You can hear some of the fans don't like it. They want to see more action.
Want more scores.
Come on.
So the clock is stopped at 29 seconds remaining. And it'll bring up third down and 13 yards to go, but that's not the story. The story is 29 seconds remaining. Again, a reminder, we will be in Los Angeles for the rematch of this game next week. And of course, check your local listings and join ESPN on Saturday nights, Saturday nights for their version of arena football. Third down and 13, but again, Rich Ingold will just down the ball. And with no timeouts remaining, that'll do it, Jimmy. The Detroit Drive, who jumped out to a big lead early, fought off the comeback by the LA Cobras, and Detroit will go to 4-3, and LA will be 3-4. The game final, 39-26. We'll be back after these words from your local